Yep, and Rheya, you are smothered currently. You cannot breathe as you're in the mouth of this giant cloaker that snuck down and swooped down, just hope around the whole, like the.
Really, Rheya? By
up.
2?
I don't. I'm sure someone else will get it
again.
Like I didn't know who was gonna go where, so I just randomly put this cloaker where I thought it would be chilling. And so I'm sort of watching everyone go around. I'm like, oh, no, Rheya, no, not there. Anywhere but there.
Damn it, Rheya.
And then it rolled like a 19 or a 20, and it has like a bunch of bonus to stealth. And I'm like, well, no one's going to see that. I mean, unless they say like, I'm watching the ceiling.
Yeah.
We've got Valkyn swimming under the
I'm going to
waterfall.
have to get out of the water. And I probably... Wait, why is my character selection not popping?
Oh, do you have a map up? Because I don't see a map.
I will. Note.
Sorry.
Nope, not a problem. And don't forget, Valkyn, you wouldn't know any of this. So if you're, you'd only.
I'll probably turn around anyway, considering the fact that I'm almost or starting to somewhat drown.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, cha.
What the heck is?
Oh, nice. Another one. Another inspiration die. So hang on to that, Kev, and you can either keep it for yourself, of course, or give it else.
I might need to throw it at Rheya's head.
Awesome. All right, got some juicy stuff here. Got our map up. Okay, what are the rolls so far? We have Dina at 647. Ooh, Rheya pulls ahead at 649.
I will give it to Dina.
No, don't keep it. You need right now. You need that advantage. You need that extra dice.
Giant spider thaxel, 625.
Yeah, it's there.
Nice. That's good. You guys are almost 600s. For anyone watching that doesn't know, the players all roll the maximum number of d20s that Fantasy Grounds will allow, which is 6 times 3, 9, 10. So 60 d20s. So mind you, 1200 is the maximum roll. It always kind of blows my mind that I've seen it break 700, I think 2 or 3 times now. Once with you guys, and once in a campaign before, maybe twice before. And yet, you could technically, if they were all 20, you'd end up with 1200. Yeah, 1200. But whoever gets the highest gets a inspiration die to use on anything in this one session. Valkyn, have you done your, or you haven't logged in yet? Is it?
My Fantasy Grounds is being a doo-doo hat. And taking forever to load up. Like it's connected, and then it's showing the character screen, and there's and now it's not responding.
Fun. I'm gonna say while he's loading in, well, I guess it's essentially Thaxel, Aerie, Dina, and Rheya can roll initiative.
Tammy, no.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. This is really important. Which one do I choose?
Oh, hold on. Crap, I rolled it in the chat. Can I keep that?
Yeah. It works.
Because it was so good.
Awesome. I really was.
Sorry.
All right, let me get Aries. Okay. 664, is that 6?
Yep, that beats
64.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Valkyn, you've got it, and your subscribers won as well. Excellent. I'm just marking off in Fantasy Grounds the in-game ones, and well, sorry, Rheya, you've got your subscription one.
I rolled a 6.
Okay, 6 for Dina. And Rheya got
25.
Oh, I thought you were holding up a 2.
No. 25. Not that it's gonna do me any good.
I thought yours. Oh, I see. Yeah. Axel spider should be in here, right? I'm just gonna remove regular Thaxel from the combat tracker since there's a spider currently. All right, Valkyn Malagus, and Dina has her stuff. So, thank you for the thing. I heard it ding, but I didn't see what it was. So thank you, whoever that was that did the thing. Much appreciated. Oh, okay, so not too much story to talk about here. Everyone is on, there's a couple of things that they're looking to do out here. One of which is find, I believe that Dina is looking for a very old half-dragon further up in the mountains near the coast. I believe that Thaxel may or may not be looking for something around here as well. Separate, or was asking around in town.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I entirely forgot about that amazing thing where we went out to that house, and you ended up burning it in the end. Yes, that's so amazing. The whole thing was so great, and then it's like you can get out untouched. Or burn it. Evil campaign. Amazing. Let's see. Right, we've got Malagus, Valkyn, everyone else is sort of out here on this quest to find these very rare eggs that are only laid once every 10 years or so. You found what, I believe 3 in total now, right?
I think so.
At least 2.
It was
Two
or
that were
three.
intact, and then the third one had kind of split open, kind of rottenish. I
Right.
think.
Okay. All right. So you
Sorry.
found. No problem.
Sammy. Oh my God!
Not
Sorry, they're playing.
Oh. Yeah. So you guys have found that the reward is like 2,000 gold pieces, I believe. And you found at least an extra one. Yeah, I think he only asked for 1.
No,
oh,
yes,
that's
2.
yours, Kev. 9 plus. You're muted, Kev. Sorry.
Whoops. I'm not sure if that's a 6 or a 9.
That's a 6.
Yeah, wherever the line is underneath.
Yeah. Yeah, it's underneath the round.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, so that's 8.
Okay. All right. Actually, I'm actually not even going to put you in yet until you notice what's going on. Since you're underwater, I guess. Nope, Demalagus around the corner. So I'll have him do a perception check at the bottom of the round. Okay. So, since we've got some battle to do, and currently, zoom in here, we can get a review on this. Sense of that. Oh, sorry. I had to zoom out. I didn't.
No.
Whee! Stop turning me. Okay, so we're gonna stop right at the top of the round here, Rheya. Everything's just going dark, and you felt this slimy, moist, texture to skin, just smothering you along your face and compressing. You feel some piercing just below your rib cage, as some teeth are sinking in front and back.
Awesome. Okay, I am blinded, but I can hit it or
You can
scratch
still,
it with my.
Yeah, your
Okay.
arms are like elbow down is free essentially.
Okay, something like this.
Yeah.
Like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Got it. Okay, I guess I will take. Sorry, I totally spaced. I was thinking of all my sorcerer stuff. not a sorcerer, Victoria, not a sorcerer. Okay. I will pop out those psychic claws, and I will I'll just start clawing at it and take 2 swipes at it.
Nice.
So
so it'd be disadvantaged with being blinded.
I have a question.
Yeah.
No one else is in melee with it, right?
Dina is just out of range. Currently, it's just you.
So I have that thing where as long as I'm the only other creature adjacent to it,
There you go.
I still get my sneak attack, but I have disadvantage right now. So does that negate my sneak attack?
Let me take a quick peek at your thing here. The
I'll start rolling while you do that.
fancy footwork. No. It's the rakish
Audacity.
audacity.
Oh, that first roll was so good.
You don't need advantage on your attack rolls. Yeah, I think the disadvantage would cancel it out. I will double check after to be sure.
Okay.
But I'm pretty confident in this particular circumstance.
Okay.
It would probably.
No worries. So that is a. Oh, sorry. With the disadvantage, that is a plus, or it's a 15 to hit.
Ooh, that hits.
Oh, it does?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So just 1d6. Oh, geez. Okay, this is the problem. I'm like on a. So that's 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Psychic damage on the first one.
Okay.
And then the second one, well, there's no, unless I get a 1. Yeah, the second one is a 12 to hit.
That one misses.
Okay. So just the 1 hit.
Okay. So once you unleash, you put your psychic claws on, you're just scratching down at the sides, right? Just trying to sink them in. Yeah. One hand sinks in and claws down. You feel some of the flesh get rended off the side of its face. The other one just sort of too slippery in a thick spot on its hide. You're getting some teeth and some other stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can't move, so there I am.
Oddly enough, as you do this, you're sure that you've sunken in with your psychic claws down the first side, and it feels like it's not doing as much damage as you thought, and you feel on the inside along the back of your head get scraped too. You've apparently taken some of the damage that it would have taken.
All right. I will scream out in a little bit of pain. Hopefully everyone else around me can hear that.
Okay. Sorry, so Rheya does what? You do what, rather?
I just scream. I just wanted to yell out. I know it's going to be muffled, but I want them to know that it hurt when I hit myself.
Sammy?
I'm going to say that because of the size of the creature, it's a little bit too muffled to hear currently.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? Dina, make a perception check if you would. We'll see if you can catch it through those.
All right, let's see.
I think you're the only one reasonably close enough to possibly hear it.
That is a 14.
All right, and let's see. Rheya, roll just a Constitution check, like to see how loud you can scream in there. If you get higher than what Dina got, then she'll have hurt you.
No kidding. It's a natural 20.
Oh,
so
nice.
That would make it. Oh, wait. But it's Constitution, so
yes.
It's 19.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Awesome.
Oh, no.
Still an Avi, as you hear a little bit coming out of the wounds in the side of the mouth that you scraped.
Is that the egg?
Damn it, Dina.
Awesome.
I heard that a lot growing up.
I'm sure.
All right. Okay. All right. Anything else for Rheya? You have I think you can move. You've got half movement because you're essentially carrying
I can try
this
and move
thing.
away. Okay.
Well, you're
Well,
stuck inside, but you can try and walk with the creature, but
You can
you're
take
at
it
half
with you.
speed. Mm-hmm.
Okay, can I try and move half speed? I guess I'm blinded, but
Mhm.
towards the direction that I thought my allies were, sort of behind me,
Sure.
away from the water. Okay.
I would say, let's see, because you're blinded. How about rolling I guess just an intelligence check to see, like, how well you'll remember which direction you're pointed in.
Not good. Not good, guys. Just a straight intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Okay, I'm gonna say that you turn and you start walking south. You'll go in the right direction, but you're gonna walk straight into Dina. Well,
Okay.
as much as Dina was going to allow anyway. As you
Sure.
are walking with this giant creature hanging off the top of you.
Sure. Okay. Awesome.
She's gonna miss being it.
You can essentially walk all the way to the nest at the southern part of the cave, though, as you bump past Dina, if you want
Okay.
to.
Dina's
I
gonna
will.
feel like
Okay.
kind of. As soon as she comes at Dina, as soon as she reaches her, Dina's gonna put her hands out like, stop where you
Stop.
are.
Okay. Okay. I'll stop where I am.
Brings the cloaker with you. Okay, next, all set then?
Yes, all set.
Okay. All right, next up, giant spider Thaxel.
Scary thing. Okay, so this black area kind of up from the
Mhm.
cloaker, is that a wall?
Yes.
Okay, well, okay, so I know I'm giant, but can
Mhm.
I move to where I'm like on that wall?
Sure, you can
Is
climb up
that
the
'cause-
side of the wall.
Okay, I want to do that.
I think there won't be quite enough room to finish your turn there, but you can move there if you want to do something. And then move back. Or there's even a ceiling above it that has enough space for you to be
I
on
want
the
to go on the
ceiling.
ceiling. Yeah, we're gonna say I'm on the ceiling. Guess I'm just gonna kind of move her here, and we'll just pretend that I'm on a ceiling.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Hello, sweet dreams. Okay, good. Thanks for letting me know. Ew. I know. Got
I just
like
broke
a
my heart.
cold and a cough. I took care of him a little earlier and came back down. I'm feeling a little better.
Oh.
All right.
Thanks for the update, buddy.
Yeah.
I love it. Sweet thing.
Mm.
Oh,
Okay, sorry. I'm so
Okay.
sorry, Thaxel. So, giant spider.
evil pose. Evil pose. Okay. So we're on the ceiling, and what I'm gonna do is it's gonna be a ranged weapon attack, but it's not to cause damage. It's a let's see. It's just to restrain the cloaker. So
Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna shoot out my web.
Nice.
Oh, +5 to hit. I was trying to figure out where this was at. Okay. Oh, that was loud. Well, 10. So that didn't do anything.
Okay. You shoot that, you point your spinneret out, this webbing comes down and just fires across, you know what though? Is that a target like right at them, or is it an area?
It's a just a target, one creature.
Yeah. So it fires across and just covers one of the nests nearby, and so you're just not, you don't have the hang of it just yet.
Yeah, I'm not used to this, so I'm just gonna stay where I'm at and kind of take one of my little legs and just like scratch my head because I don't know what I'm doing.
Nice. For a moment, this giant spider that blends into the darkness in the wall, it's these, you know, the red eyes and the ruby eyes, looks really menacing. So, you know, scratches its head a little bit.
That's it. That's it.
Charlotte, is that you?
No, Charlotte was
Okay.
good.
Moon and Charlotte.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh.
So, Aerie, who's just that, you know, I believe she's been sort of arguing with herself this past week and is just in a particularly bad mood. It's just shouts out this word in infernal. It's shock, and points at the spider and hexes it.
What?
Wait, who
This is
hexed
Aerie.
it?
Sorry, Aerie.
Did she hex the spider or did she hex the cloaker?
I'm sorry, Cloaker.
I was like, what
She
the
looked, but she looked at the spider for a
It's an
minute,
evil
like,
campaign.
"Ugh," and then went over to the Cloaker. My bad.
I was like, I'm about to bite a bitch.
She's actually hexing Malagus's pet, because that thing's scary as heck.
Nice. Jeez, alright, she's very utilitarian here, but let's do this.
I think I.
Okay, so I feel like in the mood Aries in, this is probably what she'd do, and my apologies if anyone, you know, if that isn't the case, and I'm hurting people, and she wouldn't want people to be hurt, but I think she's gonna walk up here. I don't know, she's always trying to save Rheya, so she probably
I
would.
know.
I'm gonna have to find a different thing to do. She wouldn't do that. She's healing you. Get you involved. So I think that she would point, right? Eldritch Blast is a yeah. She just points after she hexes this creature and unleashes this with a bit of recoil from her pointed finger and arm as it kicks back. This crackling purple and black and streaks of bright white electricity wrapping around one another, almost in an arc over to the Cloaker. Anyway, he misses. Too much force. Her hands, you see, because I don't think she's wearing gloves. You see, no one sees anything because you're all looking at this thing and it's dark. Bummer. Okay.
Oh, I can see. I have blind sight.
I've got dark vision.
If you think that you would be looking at Aerie as after she, you know, hexed this creature and shot this out, you might see, I mean, with dark vision and stuff like that, a little bit of fresh wounds, fresh scarring, fresh wounds along her hands and arms a bit. She
Do
seems
have
to
8
recoil.
eyes.
Oh, you do have eyes looking everywhere. This is true. So you
Yeah.
probably see it as well. A couple of your eyes. And I look around back. Yeah, and I don't think she's going to move because I think, in fact, she's just going to have a step back there. That's it. That's bonus and action. All right. Cloaker. What? Okay. So. Oops. Come back, Cloaker. You're eating this person. Okay. This would be handy. I don't think it can do that though while it's got you. All it can do while it has you is attack you. That's right. So,
Okay.
you feel a little bit of the sharp pain, some of the sharp pains that are across your torso lighten up for a minute, and new ones attempt to bite down into you as it kind of just reseats its bite, which it actually has. Well, the first one hit. I guess I should roll a second. No, that didn't hit you. It would have hit, but let's do it. Okay, it still hits. All right. Sinks its teeth back in.
Ow, 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 ow.
But enough to wound you. You can feel that the warmth of your blood trickling down your stomach a little bit as the teeth have sunken in again. It pulled a little bit of the flesh. That's all it can do, because as you feel, fuck. Yep. Interesting. But it can only attack. Yep, I just want to make sure. That's it. That's it for the Cloaker. Okay, that brings us to Dina.
Yeah, Dina's just going to kind of reach out, and her fingers are sparking a little bit. And this wasn't exactly what she wanted to do at the moment, but this will work. And she's just going to, I wonder what kind of boots you'd make if she touches it and casts Shocking Grasp.
Nice.
So that is a 16 to hit.
That hits. Yep.
6 lightning damage, and it cannot take reactions until the start of its next turn.
You reach your hands out and you feel this cold, sort of slimy skin, thick and leathery. And you do wonder for a moment, boots, yeah. She releases just a massive blast of lightning energy. It feels like it some of it dances across its skin as though it hasn't taken quite as much damage as you were hoping. But it still takes damage. Rheya.
This line
oh, sorry, good.
To the left. I was going to say, this line to the left, is that an elevation change?
Yes, it's maybe about 10 or 15 feet at the glance you had. Nothing super drastic, but not a hop.
All right.
Inside, you feel this electricity just kind of dance through you briefly, as you feel shocked from some of this electricity now for some reason.
Yeah. So since she knows it can't take a reaction, she's going to back away to. Oh, actually, she wants to go over here between the two nests. She's kind of looking down behind her, going, I'm not going to jump that right now. Okay. That's her turn.
Okay. Oh, Demalagus, let's do a perception check for you. Oh, I guess you're wounded. Alright, where are skills? So Demalagus, who's sort of, floating down here towards this walkway of stone, has been checking out, got a 10. Well, let me just do a roll against it and see. Yeah, he didn't hear it. Okay, so he's, he watched Valkyn go under the waterfall there, and he's really, concerned, because he hasn't seen Valkyn come back up yet. Valkyn, that brings it over to your turn.
Okay, well, seeing as I wasn't doing super great, and kind of guesstimating that the waterfall is probably going to be a distance to pass through, I'll probably turn around and try to swim as fast as I can out. I don't know how far I could actually move if I were to dash, or if I can underwater dash.
You can underwater dash. You would be at half speed if you dash. Because you're at quarter speed.
So what would that be?
I don't know. Whatever your speed is, half 25. So
my current speed's 25.
I'll say 15 if you're.
Okay.
15.
So do I need to make a roll for?
Not if you're coming back. You can just swim like a maniac. What's happening is all the pressure from the water above it keeps pushing you down towards the rocky base of this.
Okay. So that's 1, 2. I'm guessing I can move into wherever this is because it's kind of half in the water, half a pathway.
Yep, you're still, as you just come out from under the pressure of that water, you have about 15 feet upward to swim.
Okay. But
your chest is starting to hurt a little bit from the holding your breath so long and activator.
And I guess that would be it then, because I can't do anything else.
Okay. Back up to Rheya then.
Okay, well, this sucks. So, I guess if I consider grappled, is it like how would I try and get myself out of this situation?
You can always try and press open the mouth and get this thing off of you.
Like try and get him off of me.
It would be a strength. Let me just read it here. I believe it's a strength check and not a saving throw, but I will check.
You get a lot of butter.
Yep. Okay, strength check.
Strength check. Okay, I'm just gonna get out that. I have a funny feeling I'm gonna need that D10 inspiration to help me out of this. Yeah. Knowing how strong I am not. Oh, okay. So I rolled a 17, so that is a 16. So can I'm gonna use it because I have got to get this thing off of me. Can I use my inspiration? Please?
Yep. Roll a D10.
Oh, okay. So wait. So I said 16 plus 8, so 24.
Okay. With this burst of strength, not again. As you feel, your vision starting to fade a little bit. You can't breathe. This lightning is coursing through you. Put your arms up underneath and start pushing arms out. Get your hands inside and rip this thing and chuck it off of you.
Oh, thank goodness. Awesome. Okay, so it is
flaps
off of me.
violently for minutes. It catches itself and tries to hover in the space just above you. You are free.
Free at last. Okay, I am going to use my bonus action to disengage and just back up against the wall.
Okay.
So as far back as I can.
Okay.
And, that will be my turn.
Excellent. Giant spider Thaxel, you've witnessed all this.
Oh, I'm excited. Let's see. I think what I'm going to do is kind of crawl. I guess I'm going to crawl down from the ceiling, but I'm going to still be on the wall. Okay. Well, I guess, is he close enough for me to stay on the wall to try to bite him?
On the ceiling, yes. I mean, you could just hang down by your back legs and bite and still have,
Yes! Okay. Come on, dice, come on. I'm going to try to fight him. Ooh! 19 plus 5.
Oh, that's,
24.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, gosh, I can't read this. Let's see, 1d8 plus 6 points of piercing damage, and you must make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, I like it.
Because you make it poison damage.
You got 5.
Yes! Okay, yeah, because I was, you had to beat an 11. So, there's this one. You watch some of the others do partial damage to it. This time it seems to take the full amount of damage you were expecting. Good. Okay. 7 points of poison damage. And has this reduced the target's hit points to 0?
No, nope. It's wounded.
Darn.
Where you bit, it's starting to become a little raised. You can see the two puncture wounds from where you bit in.
That's so exciting. Okay. And then I guess what I'm gonna do is just kind of like the 5 feet I dropped to bite him. I guess I'm gonna just kind of climb back up those 5 feet and watch.
You're so big, you can just like detach the first 4 legs and like lean back so it reaches down, bites him, and then just put him back up on the ceiling. Hang there. All right, Aerie. Seeing that her last Eldritch Blast missed, and she still has this thing hexed, she is once again going to try and use this thing. Yeah. Blast it. Yeah, that's how we do. Okay, so this time you see her. She kind of strikes the wall behind her and lets out another bolt of this arcane, almost necrotic-like electricity that strikes. Woohoo! That strikes the Cloaker, and not much of it dances across its hide. This just seems to strike true, and you see little bits blast out of lightning, kind of pop out of its back, striking the stone as well. It's like a little fireworks show, but tearing into the the Cloaker pretty well. The Cloaker reels back in pain, and well, it can't really do anything yet. It's not has 0 reaction still. Okay. Now, Dina, is that 0 reactions until its next turn or your next turn? I guess it doesn't matter.
Let me double check here for you.
Okay, thank you.
Till the start of its next turn.
Okay. All right, neat. Yep,
Yeah,
so it just sits there and takes it.
Yeah.
Good.
Awesome. That's right, Cloaker.
Love that. It's a great cantrip.
Yes, right? Let's see. What's it going to do? I think, as it's reeling back in pain, it lets out this terrible moan. Like 3-4 different octaves of screeching. And so everyone within 60 feet, 50, 50. Well, Valkyn, you're actually safe because you're under the water.
Wait, what happened?
There's a shriek, a terrible moan that this thing left out.
Okay.
You don't have to roll anything because you were swimming, see? So sometimes it pays off
Just
to do all
keep
that.
swimming.
Sometimes it pays to be drowning.
Right, I'm not nice. Oops, that's not what I meant. It's not friendly. Let's fix that. So I'm just going to have you guys roll the saves because we're doing real dice night. So it will be a wisdom save. Please.
Oh, this is
For all of
good.
it. All of us, right?
Everyone except Valkyn. Valkyn doesn't have to do it.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Oh, that'll be a 1.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh.
I rolled a 2, but I have a -1 for my wisdom modifier. So.
Oh no!
Oh yes, that's a 1.
I had a 22.
Okay.
And I had a 17.
Okay. Nice. Well, as it turns out, Aerie and Dina.
Oh dear.
While looking at this thing, like Aerie's like almost cracking her knuckles, like I'm ready to take this thing on. And Dina, you're doing the same. You're strategically placed in the back there, but you still have that fire coming out of your fingertips. And suddenly, this fear takes over your face. You grow as pale as each of you can, and you become frightened of this creature. Okay, so. Oh, okay, it's just okay. Check out because it's just standard basic fright, which I think just means you can't. I don't think you have to run away. I think it just means that you can't go
Can't get any closer, and we're frightened as long as we're in line of sight of it.
Okay. All Orb. A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and tackles while the source of its fear is within line of sight.
Right.
And it can't willingly anyway, move any closer.
Right.
Okay. So that's it for the two of you. It's sort of writhing in pain. It's just his natural instinct to let this out. That brings us to Dina.
Yeah. So even though she's kind of backed up in that corner right now, she's got like a 10 to 15 foot drop behind her, stone wall, this thing in front of her, and she is going to freak out, which for Dina means fire.
Nice.
So she is going to cast. Oh, what is she going to cast? She's going to toss a chromatic orb at it at 2nd level. All right, so the attack is at disadvantage. All right, this one and this one.
Burn it.
That's probably not going to hit. That's a 9.
It doesn't hit.
All right.
It's I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that's. She's got and she's sitting there. After that misses and she's freaked out with trembling hands, she's loading a bolt into the. She's taking out the seed poison.
Oh, okay.
And she's got her bolts and her crossbow ready. And if this thing is still alive when it comes back around her turn, she's going to be. She's going to try and shoot it with the crossbow, but that's where she's at for right now.
Amazing. Okay. It's a look that none of you have really seen on Dina before.
No.
A bit of panic, a bit of fright. In fact, as this fear takes over, you see a little bit of extra like glistening on these the rubies, and this fiery look to her hair and to her eye. Oh no, I'm sorry. You just have the red hair. You don't have the fiery look. Your eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, she does? A little bit?
Yep.
Okay, nice. Yep. Illuminates even brighter, and you just see initially as she's lighting up this initial spell, flames start pouring off of her hands, and she's creating this orb with it that just narrowly misses this creature and just blasts a whole section of the stone out behind it. Smoke comes up, flames, embers are still like, you're not sure, you don't see where they're coming from, but embers are floating around everywhere in the room, here and there.
And actually, she's now wreathed in flames until the end of my next turn. They don't harm me, but I'm now shedding a bright light out 30 feet and another dim light out for another 30 feet. All of a sudden, she literally just, she goes, was it Firestorm?
Yeah.
The character? Yeah. It just goes Firestorm, just whoosh into flame.
Embers floating around. Oh, this is great. Okay. All right. And then Demalius definitely heard that. He saved against it. Definitely heard it, and he's gonna dash. He's gonna check in on his friends here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. You know what? His speed, I think 30, right?
Yeah, it should be. If he's a
A
drow.
Because this creature is large, he can just see. It's going to have some cover. It'd be at disadvantage, but instead of charging all the way and not being able to do anything, as soon as he sees it, he's like, oh, he knows what a cloaker is. Being from the Underdark, he's like, starts unleashing on it. Oh, geez, Malagus. Let's see. Let's light this thing up, huh? What have you got? Got all your... Alright, excuse me. Alright, he's going to use his Scorching Ray. I believe is 3 separate. Yep, okay. He just barely sees it and uses his left hand to point, and this little ray of maybe only like 2-inch thick flame, but very concentrated, like out of a blowtorch almost, fires over And as he attempts to hit. I'm sorry. And... Ooh. Oh, it didn't roll. That's why. Isn't it? Yeah. Whatever. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, just doesn't want to do it. Oh my gosh, a 20 and a 1. And it was a disadvantage.
No.
But he has 2 more he gets to fire in the same thing, because he fires out 3. They're all separate separate deals here. First one completely whiffs. It hits the stone in the corner there. Second one hits.
Good.
Lines up a little better. Misses. Fires with the second one, dealing 7 points of damage. Goes for his third. Oops. Advantage. Okay. Shoot right down. And the third one also misses. It fires through just over the nest past Dean. It took some damage as he was passing through. I don't think he can really see anyone else. Or does he really have spell that I see that bonus? So I'll say I'll leave it there for now, and he'll continue in his next turn. Valkyn, you can use the rest of your turn to break the water. You'll see that Demalagus is no longer
will
trailing
I be
you.
just like at the surface of the water?
You break through, you're treading water. You look around.
Okay.
You knew Demalagus was behind you, but he's not up there any longer.
Yeah.
You do actually. You would see. Oh no, you wouldn't, because that's stone that pillar's in the way.
Oh yeah, and I want to retcon that I left my my ferret on like the edge of the waterfall thing before I went and jumped in and did all that stuff.
Sounds good. So you've dashed and you got up, but you still have a bonus action. If you want to use anything, you don't see anything. That black markered in stone just south of you is a pillar that runs up the. That's the one that runs all the way up to the first floor. Was blocking your line of sight. Make a perception check to see if you would have heard Demalagus fire these things on.
Skills.
I feel like Demalagus has a little swagger, like he would have said something. 2. So we'll say that. We'll just see if you can hear him say something.
Wait, what's half proficiency give you?
Leave them alone.
Just the +2?
It gives you half.
For your +1.
Oh.
You get to add +1 to any skill that you're not proficient in. Because your proficiency is 2 right now.
And it'll do it automatically too.
I got an 8.
Haven't heard anything yet, but something seems off. I'm sure by next round you'll hear something.
I guess I'll just yell, "Where'd everybody go?"
Okay. Fair enough. Everyone else can hear that, as that would probably echo off the water at least. And I don't want you stuck out there.
Oh, great. Now they're all going to know where we are.
Yeah.
Go! Back to Rheya.
Okay. Taking a healing potion is an action?
Bonus action for yourself.
Got it. Okay. Fantastic. Can I... And that, the noise that he made, it was audible, right? It wasn't just in our mind, the cloaker?
Yes.
Okay. Can I take a minute to just... I want to see if there are any other cloakers coming.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Okay. Oh. Nope. Let me get to it. Oh. 10.
Okay. You immediately upon having this thought, of course, you look up, you look around. You see nested on the ceiling.
Fuck.
Oh,
I mean,
past the
shoot.
water, you see one. Off to the left, over by the nest, you see another two.
Okay.
As they're detaching from the ceiling.
Great. Awesome. And that perception check would be considered my action, right?
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then I will take a healing potion as my bonus action.
Okay. But,
And
sorry, good.
oh no, so that was gonna be it. Is it 2d4
plus 2? Yep.
2? Okay, got it. Please.
Oop. Good rolls. Good rolls.
Lord, come on. Well, 1 was not a good roll. Okay, so 5, 6, 7 points.
Okay, that's pretty good.
For Rheya, yeah, she'll take it.
Nice. Any movement or anything, or are you comfortable where
No. I don't want to move, but thank you.
Okay. Spider Thaxel, Spider Thaxel.
Let's see. I guess I'm so focused. I don't. Hey, stop.
I'm actually just gonna add something for you, Thaxel, because with your spider eyes, I mean, you can see
like in 8 directions at once.
Tell me what you see with your special.
You're on the ceiling, so I think it would be without. I don't think you would need a roll to see the movement.
Okay.
But with your blind sense, you don't actually sense any movement. See it. You don't sense any as these things release and start moving. Cave.
So it's like hallucination or like illusions. Maybe.
It may be.
Well, I think I'm still going to concentrate on this main little mofo here.
Okay.
And I'm going to, just kind of scurry down my little 5 feet. And I'm going to try to bite him again.
Okay.
So, 15?
That hits.
Okay, good. Ooh. Right? Yeah. 9 points of piercing damage. And you need to make another Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, sweet. Okay. 8.
Yay, he fails. So, oh, that's not bad. 11 points of poison damage.
All right. Starting to look a little beat up now. Writhing around in pain from a second set of puncture wounds that have injected poison into its system. It writhes and wriggles a bit, but it's looking pretty hurt now. Fairly hurt.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna scurry back up my 5 feet and then just kind of half my eyes are focused on the other things that I'm seeing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to just keep an eye. Also keeping an eye on the main one that I'm trying to fight.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my turn.
All right, Aerie, is sort of assessing the situation. She sees these other 3 creatures starting to come down. Hey, Randy, yay! He's just going to march forward.
And Randy, and Demalgus started running away.
Every time.
You ran toward it this time, Randy. Yeah, you're good.
And now he's running away.
Alright, I will fix these here. All right, so Aerie just kind of pulls her sleeve back down after having that pain for. Hey, Randy, yay! That gives you that D10 inspiration. Bye. Thanks for subbing. Yay! And just comes out right in front and just puts her hands together like this and unleashes this cone of flame, trying to catch like two that are swooping down and the one that's been taking damage. Yeah. Alright, succeeded in its thing. But still, the flame pours over this creature, somewhat sliding off its skin. It seems to be a bit of a protective barrier. But it's still singeing and leaving some scorch marks across it. The flames dance right through the other two that flew down. Almost like they're phantasms or illusions. And then Aerie... Here's what I meant, because it's a cone.
Oh, our videos disappeared from the stream.
Okay. Thanks for reminding me. I started to switch it over and like, I don't want to leave. This is it. All right. So that ends Aerie's turn because she doesn't have anything to help. Would help in this. All right, Cloaker face. What you gonna do now? I did that. I did that. Okay. So, all right, it's gonna go after the giant spider that's been beating it silly.
Hey.
So it's like writhing from this pain, and it's has these two sets of spider bites on its back, and comes up and tries to just bite at like your front leg, right in between like your pincers in the front set of legs.
Rude.
Oh, that hit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you hit.
Okay, see, spider takes a little bit of damage as this big round circular, it opens up its mouth in a circular shape with jagged teeth, and sinks in and just pulls back and tears a little bit of the spider flesh that's on top of its
Thanks.
yeah, it's a little exoskeleton here. Well, not the exoskeleton because it doesn't have that. But as it leans down, it starts twisting its body and whips around with its tail for a second attack.
Just because I bit you.
And the spider just skitters back a bit and then completely avoids the damage. It's now trying to hover almost, it's like 5 feet down from you, like diagonally down from where you are, upside down on the ceiling.
Okay.
And that brings us around to Dina. Dina, as this takes place, you feel the fright fade from your mind.
Oh.
This stupid thing. It's no longer a scary thing at all.
It's a pair of boots in waiting is what it is. All right. She was going to use the crossbow. She's decided to hell with that. She's going to look at it, and she's still wreathed in flames. And so she's gonna.
Nice.
It's gonna almost be like she's plucking a little ball of flame off of herself,
awesome.
And just flicking it at the thing. And I'm casting fire bolts.
Nice.
All right. So I need to make a ranged spell attack. Oh, that's nice. That's a 23 to hit.
Ooh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, so it is going to take 1d10 fire damage.
Okay.
And anything flammable that gets hit by the spell. So any that isn't being worn or carried by this thing, which I don't think it's going to apply, would catch on fire. But
okay.
That's max damage, so that's 10 fire.
Oh, nice. It lets out a smaller screech. It seems to be wounded even in its throat as it's rise around a bit more.
And the flame around Dina just kind of flares and then settles back down, so she's still wreathed in flame. And this place is well lit now.
This entire section.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tag lit.
There's 30 feet of bright coming off of her, and then another 30 feet of dim beyond that.
Nice. Beautiful. You can see all the scorch marks and the different wounds this cloaker is taken now.
Yeah.
Right, Demalagus, you're up. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Dina.
No longer cowering. I was going to say she's no longer cowering. She's standing up and she's facing this thing and looking up at it.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Randy.
Yay!
Hello.
For this guy to do things. Okay.
Oh, I used one of your spells.
Did you?
I did the I went all out and used a 2nd level spell.
Oh, I see how you.
Here we go. You had one marked off before, so I don't know if that was actually should be or not. But I used.
Yeah, that was levitate. Yep.
Oh, right.
You scorching right it? Did you hit?
Yeah, it was one of them. Yeah, and it was had like half cover.
Ooh.
You were.
Does it
just,
still have a cover from where I'm at?
From where you're at, yeah. But you can just move around a little bit, and you'll.
I can move. I'm trying to remember how far. Whole feet. Okay. That should be plenty close enough, right?
Are you in half a square?
Yeah, it looks like I was in like half a square.
Put you here for. I think it was one back, but I can't remember, so I just.
Will that give me a clear view?
Absolutely. Yep.
Hooray!
You know what a cloaker is. You've seen them in the Underdark, or you've at least studied them.
I bet I would have. Absolutely. Passes. Do I know, since I do know something about cloakers, do I know if they're weak to anything?
The night, like most things in the Underdark.
Resistant to anything?
What's that? Sorry.
Resistant to anything?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
That's that light. No damage, vulnerability.
We're just dealing with one?
Well, oh, that's right. I guess you would have come around. You probably would have seen, though, Aerie just lit it up with a cone of fire. There were 3 others that just detached from the ceiling and flew down to join the fray. But the fire only hurt this one you've all been fighting. It went through the other ones. And you know that... Actually, roll just a quick, I don't know, history check, if you would. It'll be a low DC, because I'm... With your story and your... Coming from the Underdark, you probably know all this.
Oh, wait, it's... dice. I can roll dice.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you
can.
Yes.
All right. This one's first roll. So let's see.
Ooh, bless you.
No
Bless
pressure,
you.
but if you don't roll really good, you're getting thrown into the hallway. Okay. I rolled a mighty 9, and I have a 6 history, so 15.
Oh, yeah. So you know that they have an ability to create, like, mirror images of themselves, basically, phantasmal images that they often use when cornered and wounded.
Okay. Excellent. Would probably communicate that. The other ones are fakes. They're illusions.
I knew it. Oh, you can't hear me. It's fine. That's what I do.
Spiderplex.
Let's see. I will go ahead and cast.
It's looking really heavily wounded.
Good. Let's hit it. Let's try anyway to hit it with a Chromatic Orb. I will use. Fire's been doing well, but let's try something different. How about a Ball of Lightning? There we go. I got a roll to hit ranged attack. Okay, I rolled a 12 plus 6 would give me an 18.
That hits.
Lovely. My cat is here to help out. Hi, Clem.
Hi, cat.
He loves you.
Hi, kitty.
Such a cute kitty.
I was like, there's a tail there.
Polymorph.
Look at these dice Dad has. They're so interesting.
Awesome.
All right, 3d8, as though I knew I would need 3d8 for this spell when I bought them. Okay. Say, oh, not bad. 2 7s and a 4, so 18 points of lightning damage.
Dang.
Okay. Go ahead and, if you want, let me know how you like what the spell looks like as you release it, and what happens to it as you kill it.
Yay!
All right, so Chromatic Orb has a spell component of a 50 gold piece diamond, so I would have that in the same hand, which is my right hand, but I hold my crystal focus. So it would be kind of the crystals here, and the diamond would be between my other fingers. I'd be aiming it at the creature, and of course a ball of, I guess it's a ball? Yeah, Chromatic Orb. So it's this shifting ball of lightning energy arcing off of it, and it would strike the creature and then arc out all over its body, and it would shake and shiver and then fall to the ground. Dead.
Nice.
Yay!
We did it,
Awesome.
Clem.
That heavy electrical hum before silence. Awesome.
Right now, I'm just picturing the balls that Jareth or David Bowie uses in Labyrinth.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Valkyn, you've broken the surface of the water, but you hear that like that where everyone is. But you're all out of combat, so you're welcome to fly over there if you want to.
Yeah, I'll go. Be like, oh, and pick up my weasel, whatever, and
Okay.
I guess go over to where Demalgus is.
Okay. You see a giant spider hanging from the ceiling.
Oh God! Oh, wait, I forgot.
Look how big my familiar got. Can you believe it?
Oh God! No, that'd be horrible.
Nice.
I'm gonna start like shimmying down to the ground.
Neat. Get her down. Kind of still looming over everyone as you're standing next to them and your size.
Well, that's taken care of. I want to finish checking these. I want one more egg if we can.
Yep.
Just one more.
So I'll check this nest.
Do an investigation check if you want to scope out the. I think you've checked all the nests up here, right? It's just the ones down bottom to the west you haven't yet.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll go down and help her look.
Okay.
14.
Okay. And Rheya, do you want to roll one as well? As you
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No problem.
Oh, that's not good. What? It's only a 4, so I don't even know what that plus is, but it's probably not good.
You find 3 nests down here, Dina, as you look around. And Rheya, as you've slid down as well to kind of, poke about, these 3 appear to be empty, save for one that has a cracked open egg. Boiled.
Oh, all right. The flames have died out, by the way. Since we're out of combat, they only last for a turn. So after a few seconds, they die out.
Would I know if that cloaker could be harvested for anything? Like, have I seen anything come through?
I would. Oh, thank you, Randy. Yeah, absolutely. I think so.
Okay.
You've seen plenty of, including gear akin to the cloak that you have.
Okay.
Requires a little
Could
magic.
somebody help me down this thing? There's a few more nests down here I want to check out.
Okay, I'll follow Dina.
Oh, those were the nests I was talking about. Sorry, I thought you said.
Yeah, we climbed down and.
Oh, okay. Because we hadn't. I didn't think we had checked these two either. So, all right. So we just got the 2 eggs then.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Looks like 2 from here.
Well, if we have a few moments, this cloaker can be, salvaged for something. If you guys want to wait.
I go over and poke it.
Okay, so I will say that that's a yes from Thaxel. Anyone have a hard no?
I want boots out of it personally.
All right. Well, we'll see what we can do. You know, I normally sing cloaks made out of it, but never say no. All right. I will start trying to tear it apart and get whatever I can. Yeah.
Can I help you with that?
Oh, please.
To give her advantage on the roll.
Okay. I would say. Oh, that's probably a nature check to
Okay.
Let me think. Nature is more of like the knowledge of it. Survival is sort of the action of doing it. So I guess it'd be. We'll do survival for tonight, and then I'll check that out because I thought it was nature.
Okay. Not great. 12 plus 2, 14.
Okay. You're able to carve out about. This is a large. Nature. Let me see what you have. Have any? Not yet.
Would any of my cook's utensils help?
Nice.
I have some very, very sharp knives.
I have a knife.
It's not a terrible roll, so you're able to get probably enough material for, I don't know, probably an 8-foot by maybe like a 4-foot section. There's still a little bit of fatty tissue on the underside. Not the cleanest cut, but that's probably enough for like a cloak and a half, enough left over in case things get messed up maybe.
Okay.
But it has a bit of weight to it as there's still a little bit of that fatty undercoating and stuff. You roll up and carry with.
Dina, we'll see what we can get done with this when we get back into town.
And we've got our 2 eggs. So
and we have our 2 eggs. Do you want me to put the egg that you got in my bag so that nothing happens to it?
Might as well. I'd hate to stumble and fall and have it break.
Right. Okay.
Maybe perhaps we should wrap it up in the cloaker skin to protect it.
Would I think the cloaker skin would fit in the bag?
Let me think. If you roll it up, it would be 4 feet tall, which would be. Oh, I don't think.
It's a little tight, right?
It would be a close call.
Okay.
4 feet, I think, is just a little too much.
You know what?
Like 3.5 maybe, but not 4.
Or nightmare on the way back.
That's okay. I'm feeling really warm, so maybe I'll take off a little bit of my clothes and to wrap up the 2 eggs so that it's like a lighter fabric to go in there with it.
All right.
So.
Neat.
All right. Both are in the pouch.
Okay. Exciting. As you've essentially explored this particular cave system here, you realize that there isn't much else to look for here, except for Valkyn. You were sort of, diving under the waterfall, if that's still a thing you want to pursue.
Yeah. Well, I will point out that the fact that there is a pathway that goes, or I'll point out to the group, there's the pathway kind of goes into the waterfall. And that's kind of a little bit odd.
Oh.
I don't know if we would want to try to go past it. I tried before and I kind of got pushed in.
Well, I am wearing this new cloak that lets me swim. I don't know if that would help or not, but I could try.
Ooh. Okay, so I go behind Rheya and just start pushing her.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. So I suppose I'll make my way down and around and see if I can get through the path.
All right. Either way you go, you'll see that you can get down into the water or on that path. The path again at the waterfall there seems to just the waterfall cascades on it and around it, as though it cuts through the waterfall.
Dina will be following with Rheya. She'll follow behind her, just as backup.
All
right, and I will just go as far as I can.
Are you going to try and walk on the stone path that goes through the waterfall, or like swim, drop down in the pool of water and swim underneath, swim through?
How far of a drop is it to the water?
Not too far, maybe 10, 12 feet to the surface of the water from the path.
I'm going to try and swim under and swim as far as I can, and then maybe try and go up to the path, like in the back corner.
Okay. You dive underwater, and much contrary to your experiences before, as you do, you just, it's fluid, it's natural. Your speed is not reduced whatsoever as you easily swim through. You do feel some of that downward pressure from the waterfall up above, but it abates after about 15, 20 feet in, and you're able to swim back up. You look around, you find yourself in this alcove, bluish hue with some, there isn't much, light back here, but there's a bit of a bluish hue to the space. And as you look up, you see that stone path continues out of the back of the waterfall, so you could climb up and get on it and see where it continues.
Can I try and parkour my little way up?
Sure. Do an athletics check, if you would, please.
Oh, sure.
And it'll be fairly simple, fairly easy.
I hope so. Not very athletic. Okay. 16.
Okay. Rocks are a little slippery back here, but you've got a pretty good grip as you make your way up. Look up and you see it seems to be a path that continues on behind the waterfall, maybe about just 25, 30 feet. At the back, you think, do you have dark vision? Mm-hmm. Okay. Then you think that you see some glistening in the back. Perhaps coin, perhaps something safeguarded back here.
Okay. I'm going to throw up my light cantrip.
Okay.
And see if I can move just a little bit closer, see what I can see.
All right. See, the end of this cavern section kind of opens up a little bit. Mm-hmm. And in there you see 3 sets of bones, full skeletons, or so they seem. They all have took a concussive blow to the skull. You can see the fractures in their skull. Okay. Long dead, long dead. And you see a fair amount of actually make an investigation check if you would, see how much of this you can spot.
Okay.
Please.
Oh, not great. 3, so just a 12.
Okay, that's still plenty. I mean, there is fairly easy to see. There's a chest that has been opened and appears to be empty. However, as you take a closer look from back here, it seems as though there's an opening in the stone behind the chest. just a little bit of a spot you can see where some of the chest is collapsed due to age. It looks like it was blocking a little small hole in the back, a cubby.
Okay.
And a couple coins out in front of the just behind the chest and around the side. You see a couple of gold coins littering the floor.
Does it look like the concussive blows that killed those skeletons? Does it look like it might have come from like some sort of trap in the room?
Make, I guess, an investigation, a fresh investigation check. See if you can look around for any.
So that's a 19.
Okay. No, they're all in the same spot on the skull, almost as though this was more of like an execution.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Great.
Dead men tell no tales.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Well, then I will go up forward and try and get the chest out of the way and see what I can see.
Okay. The chest is sort of stuck to some mossy type material back here on the stone that has grown around the base of this chest. And so it takes a little bit of work to free this thing, but as you do, more coins pour out of a little cavity in the stone wall at your feet.
Okay. Awesome. Did Dina follow me back all the way, or she couldn't make it that far because of the water?
She'd probably still be swimming if she wants to.
Yeah, she'd be swimming.
Okay.
Okay.
Not her favorite thing to do, but
I'll say you're probably just coming out of the water behind the waterfall. I guess just do just one Constitution check if you would, Dina.
Check or safe?
Here. Just you know what, an athletics check. Let's do that.
I'd rather do a con. Okay, athletics. All right, that's an 18.
Okay, yep, you make it through. You're gasping for air as you break the surface in the back because it's a long haul with all the pressure of the waterfall. But
I'm wet.
You hear that from the back just after the coins come out, Rand.
Well, there is a little bit back here. There's some skeletons and a little bit of gold, so it was worth coming back here. Yes.
Oh, okay.
That we will be splitting with the group. So if you can help me gather it up.
Oh, of course we'll split it with the group.
And let it be known that I was the one that gave you.
Yes, but we went back there to get it, so we'll split it even.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, of course we'll split it with them. I mean, we'll take half, and they can split half.
Oh, Dina.
What?
Why am I not there?
Money comes and money goes. There's no reason to be. So.
No, money is money.
No, it comes
money
and goes.
Goes only if you let it go.
We have so much to talk about. All right, and we gather up the money. And if I think she's trying to take any, I'm going to keep an eye on her. If I think she's trying to take anything extra, pocket any extra, I will call her out.
Okay.
Dina's just pouring the gold into the bag.
Okay. At quick count, I think both Rheya and Dina would be pretty good at getting a base idea of how much money's here. You're looking at just over 300 gold pieces, 313 if you were to count it out. Fair haul for this.
Do the skeletons have anything useful on them?
No, they're whatever garments they had were like, it looks like they were all stripped and just left.
And there's nothing behind in that little crack there?
Nothing else, just the coin that poured out.
And the chest is empty.
Yeah, it looks like there was probably plenty in the chest or some indentations in the wood. It's probably stuffed with treasure at one point. Someone probably found that, but not the cavity behind it.
Oh, wow. Huh, it's better than nothing.
Well,
we've got the eggs and we've got the gold and
they all get about 50 apiece. That's not bad at all.
Oh, let me see. Well, no, I think they get 40 apiece, and we each get 60.
Dina,
Yes.
this isn't the first time that you've done this. Is it really worth the extra?
Done what, dear?
Please.
Dina, please.
You're still getting more than
Oh my god.
everyone else if we're giving them 50 each.
I mean, I'm not there, but just for the record, Dina, I would have sided with you.
I know, that's why I'm doing. I mean, I'm just looking at Rita going, just like Aries, stick in the mud. Those wings, those wings have changed you. Those wings have changed you, haven't they?
Please. I love money, but money isn't to be hoarded. It's to be spent.
Well, if you don't hoard it, you don't have it to spend.
Oh, money comes. It will come. You don't have to worry. See, 300 gold pieces just today. We weren't expecting it. Fine.
No, they weren't, were they? So you can have.
Oh, for heaven's sake!
You can have your share, and I'll have my share, and they'll never know.
My lady, I tried.
In an empty
Fine, I will take my 60, and we will give them 40 and be done with it. But I won't forget.
Sure.
Okay. All right, we'll head back.
Yep.
Okay. And give them all 40 gold.
Neat. A little while later, Rheya comes out from the water, and maybe with Dina, I don't know if you're going to help Dina through the water or not, but you both come out at one point or another.
I'll help her. I don't want her to drown with all that gold.
During the 10 minutes that they were arguing over gold, could I have made a quick I guess sweep around the cave to see if there was any other interesting things that we might have, or things that might have been of interest.
You can make a perception check if you'd like as you fly around and see what else you might be able to find.
Vulcan. That's a 4.
Nope, looks like you've thoroughly searched this cave. Nothing new.
Can I could I pick up some of those empty vials from that I think we saw an apprentice, or not an apprentice, a alchemist thing before?
You can. Most of them looked, unusable.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure if there's any that would be actually usable from it.
So, side note, real quick, this little guy right here, she's hiding. It's her birthday today.
Aww.
She turned 1. And she's hiding.
So wow. Is she feeling better? I know you said she was shedding.
Yeah, she's doing better. She's doing a lot better. You just get so mad.
Well, I would too.
Yeah, they say that it feels like a sunburn when they're starting to shed, so it's real itchy, and so you try to spray some water, give them a bath, it helps that process along. So
right.
Yeah.
Poor baby.
I know. This is the first time she's actually been under a hoodie. She was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" But she's been asleep this whole time. So. It's precious.
It's cute.
How old is he?
Let's see. He's 8. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They're so
Precious.
cute. Yeah.
So our like are any of the vials from the alchemist lab thing usable, or is it kind of like all?
It's all busted and ancient, like very long time ago.
Okay, so I'll just leave it.
Oh. I'll let you guys converse if you have anything else, for your characters sort out.
Well, when we come up, well, Valkyn, you were right. There was some dead bodies, skeletons, really, and some gold. So,
Yes.
here you go. I will give them each 40 gold. Well,
Yeah.
I will give 2 of them 40 gold.
I'll give
So
the
they
other
took about
2
half
40
of it.
gold.
Yep.
Yep. I'm jangling a little pouch of coins in front of Charlotte.
I will drop my spider form.
Nice.
Snatch it.
And then I go give Ari hers.
You guys, okay.
I can't even buy a health potion.
You're very close.
You're alive. Be happy
I know.
with that.
No, I was saying that out of character.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
No, out of
Dina's
character.
Dina's getting very tired of Valkyn's whining about how he's so broke all the time.
My character broke.
Well, I don't want to linger any longer than we have to. I don't know about any of you.
Not in this cave, no.
No.
We're good.
Not too bad. I suppose we could go up to the top level and spend the night. It's got to be getting late.
It does, and I'm not feeling great, I won't lie. That thing took it out of me.
Harry sort of scoffs, like, again, to say the least.
Well,
what was I supposed to do? It literally had me, like in its mouth. What?
Well, I didn't have to heal you this time, so that's an improvement, I suppose.
Yes, I did that myself. Thank you.
It's a good thing you got a good head on your shoulders.
She just gives Valkyn like a stare.
God, it hurts. It hurts worse than the cloaker.
Oh.
And I cast hideous laughter. No, I'm kidding.
Nice. Let's rest, Ares says, on the heels of that.
This sounds like a plan. Let's do that.
Okay, you guys taking a full long rest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I need it.
That sounds amazing.
If somebody will gather firewood, I'll start a fire. I'll just use create bonfire to make a nice warm fire for everybody. I'm drying out my leathers. Clammy. Ugh. It kind of dials up the internal thermostat.
We're able to set up camp here for the night. Had a full night's rest. Or full rest. You're not really sure, what time it is. How been in here. As it's a cave. You wake up and you feel a little bit. You feel rested, but the time does feel a little off. It doesn't feel like 8 a.m. or 6 a.m. or whatever. But you have a full rest, and you're able to trek back out of here if you wish to.
Well, I have to go somewhere. I mean, are we? If we're out of the mount, if we're leaving the cave, which I have to go to the coast.
Wait, how much time have we spent on the spent?
We're on a time
allotted.
You, thanks to your nightmare mounts, you got to the location I think instead of a week and a half, where it was supposed to be, it was a little less than a week. You saved a little over half a week. You're
And we
basically
had
gaining a
what?
whole extra week.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
We had 6 weeks time, so we've
Okay.
got plenty of time. I mean,
We have
if
7 weeks.
if
Oh,
you
yeah.
just want to start heading back, that's fine. But I do have errands I need to run.
Do you need to run them because they're close by or because you're on a timetable?
Both.
How long is this going to take?
I don't know. Depends on how long it takes me to find the individual I'm looking for.
Are you going to need some help?
I doubt it.
Well, if you don't need any help, I guess
I mean,
we can go back and collect the.
yeah. I would have taken Daxel aside and asked Daxel to take responsibility for my my share of the gold if I don't make it back in time. If I don't meet up with them in town by the time they sell the eggs.
Cool.
Because I
She's
trust
totally
Daxel.
going to split her portion of the gold between the rest of the group.
Yep.
But we have a
Yep.
mutual understanding and respect. So,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
you know.
Exactly. So I'm sorry. I'm trying to find the name of the town I have to go to.
Oh gosh. I think. No, it was a. It wasn't a town. It was the Mount Cormanda.
Yes. Yeah. So I have to go to. Yeah, that's it. That's where I have to go. And I think Ari had someplace she had to go.
Kind of
She
looks
said
at you,
something about
looks
going to Clearview or Crestview.
Yes, that's correct.
What's the name of our like world map? I was trying to. I was gonna pull it up to look at it.
Gosh,
Yeah, so that's what I was trying to do too.
It is Vasarel. The group up top is a drop-down menu, and you can choose new, and it'll only show the ones I shared, if that's helpful.
Wait, how do you do it?
So you open up images and maps, and then up top where it says group all, you click on all, and that's actually a drop-down menu. You can change that to new, and that only shows the ones that I've shared with you.
Okay.
Oh, there's the images and maps buttons.
And Vasarel is a good idea to share it out here for a few.
So, Dina, you're heading to the coast?
Yes.
Wait, I don't need coast. Never mind.
Well, the mountain that I want is up near the coast.
Gotcha.
The East Coast or the West Coast?
North.
East side, west side.
North Coast.
Northeast coast, I believe.
It's in this same Crestwood mountain range. It's just up a little bit more north, close to the coast. It's an inactive volcano. 5D.
Mordor.
Well, I mean, we're kind of close to my home. If we're all going to split up and meet up later, I wouldn't mind heading home. I have some things to drop off and something to take care of myself. Or if we're worried about safety in numbers with these eggs on us, we can go deal with the eggs
I was
first.
gonna say, I don't think I want to split all of us if we have these eggs.
What the party?
Okay, so it took us less than a week to get here, which is okay. So technically, we have like 6 weeks or so to get back.
All downhill, no trouble.
Yeah.
All these eggs, that's fine.
Those are all these.
Yeah.
Be free.
Let me show you how much juggling I'm good at.
Oh God, no.
Oh, no.
That's awesome.
No. I
What's
kind of want to
that?
stay around Crestwood, like I know Thaxel does, but she doesn't want to go just on her own. She doesn't want to take the eggs out of her sight either. Where did you grow up, Rheya?
I was Ikram, right? Is that what we decided? Okay,
Yes.
yes. So, Ikram, I'm sure you've heard of it. Not too far from here.
No. But I can always go check it out.
Well, it would be a fun time. I would hate to forget, not have Dina with us. She'd really enjoy herself, I think.
I'll go in her place.
Oh.
I'll let her know all about it.
Well, anyone can come along. It'll be fun. Lots of shopping, lots of dining, lots of exciting things.
Aries, because I can't remember where she actually wanted to be and what she had to do, so I'll say for now. Be like, I have some business to attend to, but I'd rather not things out of my sight for now. So.
Then you can join us.
Oh. Kind of talking off to herself again.
It won't take too long. We have our horses now.
Oh, that's true. You see, she's actually a little excited about it.
Huh?
Is that where I should meet you then? Is there?
And Ikram? Yeah.
Yeah.
Believe me, they won't want to leave anytime soon when we get there.
Okay, what's the name of the town again?
Ikram.
Ikram.
Which is to the west.
Okay.
Very well. Signs.
See, that's the spirit.
I just walk over. It'll be okay. And while I'm doing that, do I see, like, can I nonchalantly just kind of look and see if there's any more extra wounds that have popped up since then?
Yeah, make an investigation check as you're sort of assessing.
Investigation. 12.
Okay, so she does that, and you see her itching this arm, and as she pulls the sleeve up and down a bit as she's scratching it, also in frustration.
Is it the same one that I saw previously?
Yep. Same fancy writing in a language you don't recognize. It looks like it's healed up a bit, but you see a bunch of old scars writing that are crossways and different ways around her arm.
Well, I finished patting and pretending like I don't know. I grabbed that arm and I kind of tug her along.
That's awesome. All right. If you guys are out, as you guys make your way out of the cave system, I don't have the horse names in front of me, and you call forth your. Are you calling forth your horses for the ride? I imagine.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
If you have your horse name, go ahead and call out your horse.
Oh, hear it.
Eva.
What did I? Leo.
Dark ethereal portals open up as they buck up. They get the wreaths of flame around their hooves and stuff, and they lean down and put their leg out. I would say that I don't know who would get it actually. So Rheya, in yours, you see tied to the mane, the flame mane, is some parchment scroll rolled up.
All right, I'll take it off and take a look at it.
Begrudgingly, you remove
Begrudgingly,
it.
Yeah.
You unscroll a very short handwritten note, of course, that says, make your way to Xangard when you find the time. Be sure to spend some time in the beach in the evenings, and you'll be contacted. Don't make me come and find you.
Make our way to where?
Zangard. Rheya, you would recognize that as the port city in the northeastern part of the continent. There's that same fresh scent of like fresh, clean mountain air, almost like a dryer sheet that's made to smell really good, like mountain breeze or something. But it comes off of the note.
And it said when we have a chance, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, wait, was that addressed to the whole party or just to Rheya?
Just no, not anyone in particular.
Okay.
Likely everybody.
Yeah. Oh shit. So we've been summoned when we have the chance.
By who?
Kianava.
Yeah. More than likely our new patron who gave us these wonderful horses.
Oh, I like them. Okay.
So after we take care of the egg business, we go there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Why not? See where we are. Head
Yeah.
out. I like the beach.
I do too.
And
I've
port
never
cities
been to the
are
beach.
great. Oh. Val.
Is Dina...
Demalagus, you're being... Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, please go for now.
Demalagus, you're being a little quiet. Are you okay with this plan?
You know, it's sort of funny, you guys. My gaming instincts tell me that this is not the best plan. We should be getting the money for these eggs as soon as humanly possible. However, Demalagus does not feel that way, and he thinks if Rheya's got an idea, he'll go right along with it.
Wait. So what are we doing? Going to the beach first, and then the egg stuff, or
No. You. I think
We're
you
gonna
guys
go
are
to
going to.
Ikram,
Yep.
which is what?
which is to the west of Crestwood.
Mm-hmm.
Dina's gonna go find the Dalai Lama up north, and then she's gonna meet us in Ikram, and then we'll probably go deliver the eggs then or something. I don't know.
Yep.
And then we can go see our new friend.
At the beach.
Yeah. What's her name again?
Kianava.
Yeah, Kianava.
Keeya apostrophe Nava. Kianava. With that, Dina sort of circles her horse around to face the opposite direction of everyone else and bids adieu. Everyone nice and toasty warm on their horses proceeds to their respective destinations as we proceed to our bio break. That's late. I'm sorry about that. I just looked at time. Oh my gosh.
But I'm starving.
Okay.
Neat. We'll get y'all back here briefly, like 8-10 minutes, and we'll keep streaming in the meantime in case any of us are back.
All right.
Otherwise, we'll see you all soon.
Awesome.
We're back.
Yay. Oh.
Ice cream stomach time.
Shit up.
I am back.
Hello.
Nava did not want to go home, so we are back.
No, Mama, you can't keep me. You can't put me back.
I know. She stood there like on my hands. I was like, this is hurting me. Like, can you just go to your bed? And she was like,
No, it's my birthday, and I'll stay up if I want to.
I know. That's what I was like, fine. Yeah.
Cold.
I know it's really cold in here. Randy.
Hmm?
Hello, hello.
Hello. Sorry, I was more than half a bottle of wine in, and I was like, oh, you need to get something else. Cut yourself off.
Yeah, so my other group met up last Saturday, and I just realized tonight that that was my last bottle of wine that I brought over.
No.
I know. So I was like, well, I got tea.
Mm.
And I was going to go
I actually made a store run this afternoon because I was like, oh, wait, I don't have any whiskey for
You're
tonight.
smart. Well, see, I was thinking about putting whiskey in my tea, and I was like, I've been drinking whiskey a lot the past couple of days, so.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah.
I like having my nightcap every night.
Oh, no, me too. I'm all for nightcaps. Nightcaps. That's it.
Yeah. We try not to run out in our house.
You what?
We try not to ever run out in our house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That would be awful.
Yes, it would.
I mean, I've gone decades without having a drink or having alcohol in the house or anything like that because it was just didn't appeal, wasn't something I did. But I don't know. Lately, it's just been kind of like, yeah, I like having a nightcap or two, especially after I read about the 112-year-old woman who has ascribed her longevity to having her glass of whiskey every night. I'm like,
yeah,
you know, that's a health tip I can get behind.
Yep.
Right? It's that and a glass of wine every night. It's heart health or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, wine I can't do, especially the red wines, the sulfites. I get such bad headaches from them.
Yeah, my mom is the same way, and I used to get terrible headaches too. But for some reason, it just switched. Thank goodness. And now that's all I can drink is red wines. I can't do a lot of sweet.
I'm not that much of a fan of wine.
I'm Italian. If I'm not a fan of wine, me, I'd probably be disowned from my family. That's how bad it would be.
Now I can drink the heck out of some champagne though.
Oh no, champagne's good.
Yeah.
I may later on try to. She would not go down or go to bed, so we're gonna try it later. Whatever.
Well, she learned that she really likes the sweatshirt situation. So.
I guess. Well, and I'm like, oh crap, how am I supposed to get this off? So we switched to a jacket, which is appropriate because it's D&D.
Oh, love it.
Oh, I was talking to two people, person, a few people on the line while waiting for the Talks Machina panel at D&D, or not D&D, New York Comic Con.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the guys is the DM. He's like, yeah, your group's probably gonna lose this nightmare soon. I'm like, we better not.
No.
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 We're
But
evil.
he's of the
Sure.
the DM style where the world that his players play in, it's his own actual like fully created world. But he still uses like the monsters and stuff. But he ends up like making the creatures a lot harder than they normally are because it's a iron magic world or something. So instead of Cloaker damage splitting halfway between it, all the damage would go directly to the person if you attack the Cloaker while it's attached to you. Like, oh, that's lovely.
We're lucky that wasn't us.
Right, I know.
I mean, I've had campaigns in Homebrew worlds where the DM, homebrewed a lot of the monsters and content and mixed and matched, but I never. He ignored CR tables.
Oh, yeah.
So he would put together these. We probably had about 4 fights altogether throughout the almost 3 years we played in that campaign. We played about 2 years. He said there were about 4 to a half a dozen fights where he was like, I honestly don't know if you guys will survive this. It wasn't designed to be a deadly encounter, but and I mean we had a fighting chance in every one, but they were encounters where a couple of bad rolls would be all it would take.
There's one thing to be like in a Curse of Strahd style campaign where it's dangerous
You're
and
gonna
deadly.
die.
Yeah, like it's dangerous and deadly, and you need to know when to walk away. And then there's the kind that people just make hard to make it hard because they think it's fun for them to make it deadly.
This wasn't. It wasn't about him trying to kill us. It was about him wanting to give us a challenge.
Sure.
We had the tools to do it. We had the tools to do it. I mean, I got a sentient Mace of Disruption right around level 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
That by the time we finished the campaign at level 10 was a +3 weapon that would cast Fly on me once a day.
Mm-hmm.
Did the abjure enemy thing where it had to make a wisdom save and or be frightened, and I mean plus being a Mace of Disruption with the extra damage against fiends and everything.
Right.
So he gave us the tools. I mean, we had a Philosopher's Stone by the time we finished.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
It was one of those. Yeah, it was a pretty high magic campaign. And so he threw these encounters at us where we had to play smart, but if he rolled bad, it could be bad for the bad guys. If we had if all the players had a bad run of rolls, it would be bad for us. But he was honest about it,
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was the thing. It was like, okay, there is a chance your characters could die, and he wasn't going to coddle us.
Right. We'll see, as long as they're straightforward about it.
Yeah.
I appreciated when we were playing Curse of Strahd that it taught me you don't have to stay for everything. You can go ahead and run away.
Yes.
Yeah.
One thing I'm still trying to figure out is what would you even do if you had a TPK in a homebrew campaign?
Just build another party.
Start over again.
Yep, you build it over. Yep. Actually, my home. So on Saturday nights, I play with a group here, and our DM doesn't know this, but the plan is if we get TPK'd, we're all coming back as a different type of bard, and we're going to be in a band.
Yes.
So, if we all die at different times, we're going to come back as different characters. But if we if we get TPK'd coming up.
That's a fantastic
Pretty
idea,
excited,
actually. Yeah.
We're all, we don't want a TPK, but we're all
No, no, no.
slightly like, we're not sad about the idea of it if it happens.
No.
Yeah. I did an all barred one shot, which was fun.
Oh my gosh.
It was a true pub crawl
Oh,
where this band of
love
bards
it.
going from pub to pub. It was great.
Were you in bar fights at each pub or something?
Some of the times we were also, there was a series of events going on that kind of, it was kind of like doing what's the Coronet trilogy, the third one
Oh
with
gosh.
Simon Pegg.
I'm sorry, what? Oh,
The Coronet there's Shaun of the Dead,
yes, Hot Fuzz,
Hot Fuzz.
and then the bar one.
Yes, it was kind of like that.
That is amazing.
That's awesome.
I the third one was funny, but not as good as the first two.
Yeah.
Right. I agree.
I think there was something that had to do with like the studio or something that basically interrupted with how the movie was made that ended up ruined.
Yeah. But so it was kind of like that, and that was, as a one shot, that was a lot of fun. You get a party of bards together and put them in different colleges. Oh,
I think that's
it's great.
fantastic.
Oh, your friend's still awake.
Well, here's what happened. First of all, hoodies are not a good idea because it took like forever for me to. Oh, it was awful.
Was it
Nice.
was it a pullover?
It was a
hoodie?
pullover. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't get pullover hoodies anymore simply because of that. Of just.
I love them. But so I had her, and I usually kind of nudge her. She has like this little hammock in her tank. And she kept like backing up. And then she turned around and looked at me like, what the hell? And so I was like, fine. I fought her for 5 minutes and I was like, I'm done because you're heavy.
No.
So I'm going to try to put her down later because I don't know. Her lights go on early. So she's either going to be not happy when she wakes up or.
Fun.
Yeah, but she's a fat little. Yeah.
Oh yeah, cute. That's awesome. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Oh yeah, everyone's going everywhere. Okay.
Everyone's dead.
So yes, we have some very interesting things going on. We've
interesting, very interesting.
You are way too young to know where that comes from.
Is it Dracula? I probably might know it.
Sorry, my desk is a mess. Okay. Anyway, so everyone is heading over toward Ikram, sans Dina, that is headed for the mountain range. Oh yeah, Mount Cormanda. Inactive. Oh, so how do we want to split this up and do this? Let me do a couple of checks to see. So, Dina, your travel from here, you're on this mountain. Let's see. Not really super tough terrain. Of course. Oh, so many variables. I'm going to say it's probably going to take you a little shy of 2 days to get up to that particular, somewhere in between a day and a half and 2 days to get to Mount Cormanda.
All right.
It'll take everyone else, if you're all cutting through the woods. I mean, once you guys get off the
We
mountain,
burn down the woods. No.
yeah, it's fairly easy travel from there. So,
and that's how the continent of Val Sorel became scorched.
nice.
We burnt down the woods.
No.
This crew came through with their nightmares. Anyway, I think it'll take you both. It'll take about 2 days to get to Ikram. It'll take Dina the whole, day and a half, 2 days to get to Mount Gorman, only because she has to go via mountain range.
It's not bad at all.
Okay, because that was about less than a week. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me just take a quick look at Aries' notes. I'm just gonna chill on her thing. Like they know I'm just gonna do that because I really don't play all her stuff.
You're going to sulk.
Aries, teenagers. Ugh.
No problem, Randy. No problem. Nice. We there yet?
Not one more word, young lady.
Awesome.
Or I'll turn this car around.
Awesome. This nightmare.
I just realized I could also be using my giant D20.
Right.
I didn't end up getting the D20 that's like about double the size of this.
Nice. All right. Well. Right. You guys, let's see. I'll take the pack first. I'll try and go back and forth here. Once you all leave the mountain range, you start riding through the forest. Check here. It's going to happen because that's for pretty slim. Yep. You only have to rest a couple nights. You enjoy a fair bit of the nice canopy of trees that keep you from any direct sunlight as you're going through the forest. There's a relatively cool breeze, warm weather. It's March, I believe. You're still in mid or late March. And so up here, you're near the equatorial line. Up above Zangard there. So it's warm. But you have a comfortable ride through. You're protected from any, of course, any cold. Or you have fire resistance. That's what you have on your horses. And you call them as needed and let them go when you don't want them around. Making your way to Ikram. So just as you leave the woods here, you end up on a main road that's only 5 miles or so outside of the city of Ikram. As you all approach, Rheya, you're quite used to this. I don't think anyone else has been to Ikram yet. I don't know if you would have or not, Dina. Ikram is a very wealthy city. A lot of
Dina going on her.
All right, Dina's not even there anyway. Yeah, thanks.
You're not even go here.
The rest of you may or may not be impressed by the size of the city. There's a large, like a gated community, except a city. There's this huge wall, outer perimeter wall. Probably stands a good 45 feet up. Built with this polished stone, grayish white, has gray and white speckles in the stone. Built brick by brick, with nicely cut out pillars that support the wall. Every maybe 30 feet or so, there's another one of these highly decorative pillars made of the same stone. There's a rather large gate befitting this wall that stands between you and the city. You see some of the cities over the top of the wall. Some of the buildings back there are very, very massive. Not quite skyscraper level, but very tall towers and other buildings. Rheya, you approach as there are maybe like 4 or 5 different guards people at this main gate with a little guard booth off to the side. That 3 of them are in the booth, 2 are at the door. Kind of eyeing everyone on these nightmare steeds.
I was gonna say, are we still on our damn horses? All right.
Hands on the weapons, like.
Oh.
Who goes there? Identify yourselves before you come any closer.
I'm
I take a step closer.
The name is Davin Star.
Oh,
These are my companions.
yes, of course, my lady. She's the little bit of the weapon they had unsheathed. Doors, open the doors. Seems to be eager to let you through as fast as humanly possible. Let's go. Someone from the guardhouse comes out, 2 of them start cranking a wheel behind one of the walls to push these doors open. Yes, milady.
Appreciate
my
it.
apologies.
And I'll flick a couple of gold pieces to, like, 1 to each of them.
Nice.
On
One
right
of them
hand.
catches them, the other one's like has to go collect it. So
I pat one of them on the head. You're so cute. Tickle their chin.
And he's just sitting there like, thank you, ma'am. Watching over at Rheya.
I kind of
You'll be fine.
tilt my head, tilt my face. Well,
Oh!
them and
Oh. They're with you, ma'am. Yes?
Yes, all of them.
I'll be doing my very best to hide my face a bit.
Nice.
Ari would also be. I know Ari would also be disguised self.
Oh right, yeah. Ari, as you look back, and now looks like a young adult, probably around the age of 20 or so. Much as she did when you met her. I think she looked around 18, 20. Maybe not. Maybe it was a little younger than that. But now she looks like a young adult. Different face.
All right. I will turn to everyone and say, I will vouch for you in the city, but don't do anything stupid to spoil my name here.
Define stupid.
If you get yourself in jail for something that's, I don't know, worth it, then fine, I'll get you out. But
Oh,
it's
okay.
your own mistake if you're not making good decisions. I can't help you. Oh, I'm sorry, I won't help you.
Okay.
All right. So,
Is there a pub?
There are plenty of pubs, if that's where you want to start.
I would like to start there because I have some reading to do.
Sure. I mean, we don't have to stay in a pub, though. You do realize that, right?
Do you have a mansion?
I have a nice home.
We're gonna say at Rheya's home.
Might
Do
as
you have
well.
beer there?
Yes, we have beer
We're
there.
gonna say at Rheya's house.
Right. I suppose if no one else has any objections to staying. with my
They do
family.
not.
All
They
right.
do not. I've already asked. Let's go.
Okay, well, that's settled. I guess I take them home.
Okay. You trot through on the nightmares through this next section of the city. There's yet another wall further in.
they're gonna really love these
I was
ones.
gonna say, yeah, at some point am I like gonna tell us to get off these nightmares, or do I think it's gonna be okay?
You know that no one's going to question you here.
Okay.
Mhm.
I do what I want. All right, fine.
Yeah.
I'm just riding all like proud and
Yeah.
Just riding fire horses through the middle of a nice country.
Yes. It's fairly. I mean, there's a lot of hustle and bustle here. There's a ton of commerce. There's a ton of everything looks higher end. as you come through this section of town, there isn't much in the way of any commerce that you'd probably be partaking in. But you approach another gate, another wall, even more, this one more fortified than the previous. And you go through a similar process where everyone is on guard, but then snaps to attention upon seeing Rheya and lets you all through. Now you're in this inner city section, which is actually essentially a residential area for the wealthy of this city, which is most of the city. But even in the city, the higher tier of wealthy folks live here.
When we get to that point, I will get off of my nightmare and dismiss her.
Okay.
So
Runs like into the wall. That's the portal opens up on it.
yeah, it seems a bit silly to ride a horse this far in, especially a nightmare. But you guys can do what you want. You realize you can call it back at any point.
I'll dismiss it.
Harry dismisses her horse.
Call back your horse in the middle of the house. Take that.
Guess I'll dismiss mine too.
Awesome. As Rheya guides you through this inner city section, you go down a few blocks and you round a corner, and there's a number of houses that have spaces at a premium here. So there really aren't too many huge yards, aren't too many. There's some small gardens. There's some trees planted in some yards, but the houses here are palatial. The yard space isn't that big. There does seem to be like a compound of sorts as you round one block that has quite a bit of yard, and a fairly heavily armed guards at a bunch of different doors. You kind of walk past that, or so you think, until Rheya stops, turns at the main.
All right, well, this is it. This is home.
Wow, everybody has big houses.
Are they? Oh. I don't know. They seem...
Would you prefer a little nest?
Yeah.
Harry says.
Hey.
I don't know. I've never been in a house.
Hey.
Or lived in a house.
All right, well, just, be careful. Don't make any sudden movements. There are a lot of people around with, weapons and things, all right?
Cool. I walk in her house.
Okay.
Oh, God. Not again.
You go to push this main gate, and it's kind of locked. It feels like it's latched or something, perhaps, on the other side.
You think if we have guards, we might have a lock on the door, Daxel?
Well, you have guards, so why do you need a lock? Whatever. Can I come in? I want to see.
Yes, you can come in.
Nice. Little one of the little slot windows opens up, and who goes? Oh, my lady. You hear a number of locks.
God, how many locks do you need?
You hear the guards grunting. The super heavy doors slowly get opened up. And you enter into this rather large garden-like area. A little different than the front yard that you saw. Very finely trimmed shrubs and bushes and different plants of different designs. There's even like a waterscape here that has some cascading water down a couple miniature waterfalls and little rivers that circles back on itself and seems to get pumped back up somehow to the top before approaching the side of the building, which is like half home, half fortress. Unless I'm wrong on that, Rheya, then please.
Nope. Sounds pretty good to me.
Okay.
Sounds like home.
Neat.
Well, there'd be like a side entrance that I could go through so I don't have to go through all the bullshit of the front door, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. I'm going to lead them around there because I don't want to deal with everybody right away.
You go around the side entrance and find your way in. It's a bit of there's almost like a mud room in one section of the house that you know isn't, it's not used for you and the family per se. It's more for like help. So you find your way through that, and as you enter into the next room, it steps into the kitchen area and a little bit of a like a hallway next to the kitchen. So you can go either through right into the kitchen, or you can go down a hallway that leads to the house.
I'm going to let's are you guys hungry now, or do you want to get settled in first?
I like a beer.
All right, well, we can do that. We can do that here. We can. Why don't we grab one in the kitchen and we'll bring it upstairs? So we'll head into the kitchen and grab a beer.
Okay. So yep, you go near the entrance to the wine cellar, and off to the side, up in the kitchen, you have a couple large kegs up on stands on their sides, on tap each, or a couple beers.
Can I grab? Well, hold on. Can I grab one of those kegs? Would I be like strong enough to carry one of those things?
Make a strength check because they're pretty big.
Okay. Well, I am.
But you're pretty strong, so.
Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see if. Strength check, right?
Yeah.
16.
Okay, yeah, you're able to take it off of them out single hands, much to everyone's surprise. You take it off of the stand.
Okay. Can you just grab a glass?
Ask, yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Where's the room?
sure.
Thanks.
Sure.
Thank
Let me
you,
take you
darling.
upstairs.
Thank you,
We'll find
darling.
rooms. All right.
Okay.
We'll work our way down the hallway. Try and get upstairs.
So the width of this thing just sort of like, fits around. I mean, you have pretty wide stairwells there, so Thaxel's able to kind of follow behind you and carry this thing around in front of her. You know what? Make a stealth check if anyone's trying to be sort of quietly go into where you want to go versus like announcing yourselves.
I am trying to. I just don't want to run into anyone to start with.
Mm-hmm.
Follow suit.
Yeah, I guess I'll do a strength. Or I'm sorry, stealth.
Yeah.
Wait, we're doing.
You'll have yours at disadvantage, Thaxel, with a mega.
Oh, dang it!
It's okay. You can't be as loud as I
am. Stealth. 13.
Okay, Thaxel's a 13. Valkyn?
I just got a 19 plus whatever.
Okay. And Demalius?
I don't mean to brag, but I got a 4.
Woo!
Oh,
nice. And Rheya?
That's okay. The rogue who lives here got a whole 7. So.
Wow.
Okay.
I rolled very poorly.
Nice. All right, good to know. Up the stairs you go, and over to your room down the hallway. Okay. The keg just barely fits in the door. You've got to try it a couple ways, Thaxel. You're like, like the tap's hitting it, and you're like, nope, the handle here, this bracket. Finally, you get it in with a little force.
Thaxel, I hope you've learned that this is why we ask people to bring us beer. You don't have to bring the whole keg with you.
Do you have servants?
Where's the fun in that?
No,
this house is much too large to not have servants.
Oh. Cool.
But I wasn't going to stop you. Lesson learned.
This is fun.
Lesson learned. All right. All right. Get us inside.
As you all sit down to, have a drink or begin your discussion, I'm going to jump over to Dina. And let's see. All right, Dina. So it's with the nightmares made this leg of the journey much easier. It's relatively good at the climbing. There's a few areas where you have to walk with it to climb up or climb down. As it's not everything has a path. Some areas you're actually doing some mountain climbing in. But you do make your way to the Mount Cormander, I believe it was. Cormanda. And there's a small, not tribal village, but something akin to that. Near the base of the mountain, you saw some smoke rising. They've got a couple fire pits and some food burning as you're, you're viewing this from outside the city, so you'll be able to decide whatever you want to do, of course. They seem to mostly be a mix of the different, races of Australanor. There's some elves there. You don't see any of the rarer races such as Tiefling or. But you see some dwarves, some humans, some half-elves, some elves. You even spot a half-orc amongst them. And they seem to be just in the process of daily routine.
Do I get the sense that this is some type of permanent settlement?
Yes.
Okay. So it's not just like a nomadic camp.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to come a little closer, kind of size up the people a little bit, see what she can notice about them. So there's like at least, I'm assuming, a tavern, if not an inn, along with some semi-permanent structures.
As you look around, you see, yes, it looks like perhaps there's a rustic inn. It seems to be have a lot of wear to the building, and neglect. The people are every so often you see them almost like they're giving reverence to the mountain, not in some ancient tribal way where they worship it, but just as part of their daily routine. They seem to care for and about the dormant volcano, but they're going about normal business. It seems to be a peaceful town.
Okay. She'll ride in, and she's gonna head straight for the tavern.
Okay. The nightmare turns a few heads as it, it's got the
of course,
kind of skull face.
She would expect nothing less.
A child or two runs off into their home or into their parents' arms. As you gallop up to the inn. Stop outside. You see a light or two on inside. It's maybe afternoon time, so it's not too late, but seems to be someone inside. Some people.
All right, I dismount, pet the nightmare, whisper a few words in Infernal to it, thanking it for bearing me on this journey and to rest, and I will call for it when I need it again. Kind of rest my head against it, taking, and then I dismiss it, and I walk into the tavern.
All right, you push open the door, and there's your first thing you notice is this musty smell inside. It's kind of dark in here for what an inn or tavern should be. A number of the shutters are closed on about 2/3 of the windows. A layer of dust on everything. There's an old couple sitting behind the counter next to a couple oil lanterns, one on either side of this main counter. There's a disused bar off to the side that has a couple of stools in spots that don't have dust on it. Like there's some regulars that come in. Just an old human couple behind the bar.
I pull out a cloth and I kind of dust off a spot. Put my hand
you,
down.
Hild. Oh, who are you? The old woman.
Hello. Yes, I'm a traveler. I'm on my way to meet with an old family friend. And
yes.
Yes. And well, I thought I would stop for a bite of repast and sample your wares.
Oh, George, we have a customer. And George is, so you see now, he's just sort of leaned back on a chair back there, essentially asleep and snoring. Well, I'm afraid we don't have too much in the way of any food in the kitchen right now, but I'd be happy to whip something up. Or a drink. Is it a drink you're looking for?
Something hot would be absolutely lovely. Perhaps do you have a pot of stew or something on, or a roast or something? And yes, a bottle whiskey. Thank you.
Certainly. Please make yourself at home. She's got a rag out. She's just like pushing dust back and forth, trying to wipe the spot out for you.
Yes, I will try.
Don't get many folks around here. My apologies.
No, it is a small settlement there. I understand.
Turns and kicks George's chair. George! Get the young lady a stew, some whiskey, and a roast, would you? It's like, oh, no. What was that?
I look at George and go, oh, hello, George. How are you, darling?
Oh, hello. Well, sit up. A stew with some whiskey. I'll be out here soon, ma'am. And he kind of turns and goes
Thank you, dear.
into the kitchen. The old woman just, so what brings you here?
Oh, as I said, I'm looking up an old family friend. I was told that he lived around this area.
Oh, really? Not many here. Perhaps I know them.
Perhaps a bit of a hermit, may not. Gerald?
Oh. Well, what do you want? There's a family friend. She kind of... I'm just going to see if she notices your scale. She doesn't. Oh, well, quite a family tree you must have.
Yes, it is. Quite a family tree.
Yes, he lives about halfway up the mountain. A fair bit of a hike, but you seem to have be a strapping young lass, so...
Yes. I enjoy a good strapping lass.
Whoa.
Completely over her head.
Yes, I know. Yes. That's why she can get away with it.
Nice.
Yes, I just, before I'd hope to reach him before nightfall. But I thought I'd stop and get something to drink and break my travel for a moment.
Wonderful. I think you'll make it with ample time. It's a path directly up there, and it's the only hut on the path. You won't be able to miss him. He does some healing for us and some other medicinal procedures when we need them. She drinks from like a coffee tin, but you can smell the whiskey from there, from where you're sitting. George, how's the food coming along? It's been like 5 minutes or so.
Tell me about this place. It's rather an unusual place for a settlement. No real trade, I gather.
We're pretty self-sufficient here. We've been around for quite a while, and we're sort of we safeguard the history of Mount Cormanda, and how much do you know of our dormant volcano?
Very little, actually. Very little.
Well,
I know that there was once a much older dragon that haunted these mountains, that lived in them, hunted them, even kept his hoard hidden here.
There's quite a story. Yes, quite a story for Commander. You see, Commander was actually the name of a creature very, very long time ago. A demon, many say. Giant demon, nearly the size of the mountain behind us. Now, mind you, there was a disaster quite a long time ago, as the story goes, and he found himself fused with the mountain.
Did he?
Yes, they say that he's still within the bowels of the mountain, struggling to get free of this volcano. Sometimes he whispers in mortals' ears and promises them untold power in exchange for helping free him.
Oh.
It's quite interesting. Not as interesting as I'd like. As you can tell, we don't have quite as many tourists and visitors as we used to.
And are you here to ensure that he stays within the mountain, or to
My
see that
ancestors
he is
were.
released one day?
Oh, no. I think we just stories. My ancestors apparently believed it, settled here very, very long time ago, but
Yes.
they're just stories. Yeah, don't worry, don't fret.
Well, how is he bound? That must take a lot of power to do that.
Yes, well, as the story goes, the commander was a demon lord, very strong himself, and it was actually a deity that fused his lower half with the lava tube beneath the volcano. Clearly getting on the wrong side of one of the deities, as many tales go.
Yes. They fused him to the lava tube
That's
as
how the story
punishment?
goes. Yes, he was reaching beyond his place in the pantheon, it would seem.
Yes. Yes. Power drives people to do many things, doesn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Indeed.
And George finally comes out. The door is swinging door slowly. He's walking so slowly. He comes out with a tray in front of him and sets down what actually looks like a pretty tasty stew. They clearly have the ingredients in the kitchen, probably for themselves. But it's a nice hearty stew and the roast. And she pours you some whiskey in a nice tall glass and then pours some in her cup. There you go, dear. I hope this gives you the energy you need for your hike.
Oh, I'm sure it'll fill me right up. Thank you. I don't suppose if I were to need a room, that there would be one available in town.
We have.
I'm not saying I will, but
we certainly have a few here. We'd have to. She kind of looks down seriously. We'd have to get it ready for you.
oh no, not tonight, not tonight. It's just that I need to speak. I'm hoping to speak with Gerald tonight. And,
yes, of course.
I'll just stay there, and but I don't know what may happen of the visit. I may want to explore the mountain. Perhaps it'll whisper in my ear.
Oh, wouldn't that be wonderful?
Wouldn't it?
Well, we do have rooms in case you find yourself coming back our way.
Thank you. This smells delicious. My compliments.
Georgie's good for a few things. He kind of sits back in his seat.
I bet he was good for a few others years past.
She gives you a sly wink, like.
You'll float too.
Yep.
All right.
So I'll go ahead. Yeah, she'll go ahead and have her dinner and drink whiskey and see what other stories she can get the lady to tell her.
Nice.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Forgive me for being rude. My name is Dina.
Oh, hello. My name is Rheya.
Rheya, nice to meet you.
Yes, and she reaches out like gives you a super weak handshake.
Yeah, we do
Fragile.
the limp thing. Yeah.
Yes, and she shares a little bit here and there. Nothing as juicy as the old tale there. Just some old cautionary tale she was told as a child. Nothing juicy.
All right. Yeah. So she'll finish. She'll pay. Leave. Probably about 5 copper as a tip.
Okay. Ooh, nice. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Ooh.
Oh well, thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Put in her apron. Best of luck. Do stop by if you find yourself passing through on wherever you head next.
Oh, I will. I will. How much did she charge me for the meal?
Oh, it was like 2 copper.
Okay.
It was really, really cheap. Yeah.
All right. I'm guessing they don't get much custom, so she'll be.
Yeah. He's ecstatic.
Yeah. So I'll as I walk out, I'll call Eva back and
Okay.
continue on to Gerald's place.
Neat. Okay. So yep, you mount Eva and take your ride. It's much faster, of course, via horse. It only takes you maybe like let's see, it's about 2. Takes about 3 hours. So 5 o'clock or so in the evening, you arrive at a very small hut. It probably has maybe 3 rooms in total inside. Tucked off down maybe only 50 feet back off this main road, which is essentially a beaten path. Little smoke coming from its chimney.
I'm gonna go about halfway up the path, and I will call out to him in Draconic. Master Gerald, I've been sent to speak with you. I seek your knowledge.
Okay. You know what? Tack on a persuasion check with that, if you would. Just because it's Gerald, yeah.
Oh, that's a 10. I'm
Nice.
speaking Draconic.
Okay. You hear voice from one of there's a number of open windows. So essentially there's nothing that covers the windows. It's just peering into the hut. They have a little bit of cloth, waving in front of them, and the wind is taking in either direction. So you can't quite see inside, but you hear come in then, come in. The door's open.
How long does it take for Eva to appear if I summon her?
The portal opens right away, and it usually takes like 10 seconds for the whole thing to take place or to jump through and get to you. She appears within like 30 feet of you, so.
Okay, I ask her to wait. I'm not sure what's going to happen, so I'd like her to be close by, and I will dismiss her when I feel more comfortable.
Okay.
But for now, I'd like her to stay close by.
Go ahead and do an animal handling check if you would, as you're building the bond with your horsey.
12 minus 1, 11.
Okay. All right. She seems to stay there. Step back
and I'm addressing her in Infernal when I talk to her.
Neat. Okay.
But then I'll go ahead and approach the door.
Okay. Very thin, rickety wooden door that's closed, but apparently.
I knock, wait a moment, and then enter.
Okay. Door swings open, and you see in the dim-ish light of this smaller hut, very modest living space. Some rough wooden chairs, stone table, probably crafted himself. Almost a cot off in one corner. There's a smaller room, has a couple walls up that has a bed in the back, and a number of plants that seem to be living well and thriving in here. And you see the broad back, a bit hunched over, of this red scale half dragon. A little bit different than any you probably would have seen at least a dragonborn or two. Looks a little more on the humanoid side of things than the dragon, but covered in the red scales, has a brow with the bone spikes in it that go down his back, and down a tail that is hanging just out of the bottom of long flowing earthen type rope. Just sort of shuffles back and forth across the floor. He hasn't turned around just yet. Well, you called for me. You've made the trip. And he turns around, and he has these really cutting, icy blue eyes. No beard or anything, but he has a very worn face. Well, so what can I do for you then?
I push back my hair and bring my tail around so that he can see the scales.
Well.
And I address him in Draconic.
Neat.
I have, as you might say, a very interesting family heritage.
Oh, I see. He's got sort of a very thick-framed set of spectacles of some sort. They aren't, big around here yet, but spectacles that he fixes and tucks. Yes, indeed. Very interesting. Please pull up a seat, won't you?
Certainly. I look around for a chair that I think won't collapse immediately.
There's a couple that look a little sturdier than the other two around that table in the middle. Kind of shuffles over, pulls out a seat.
Decor gave me your name. I was.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Yes.
God, what was the name of the city we were in down in the shadow? On the edge.
There's Shadowgate. That was like
Shadowgate.
Mm-hmm.
I was chasing a rumor down in Shadowgate. It seems that, well, my mother met my father when she was looking to claim a boon that was granted by him to an ancestor many centuries ago, and had been forgotten. And she found the information, and well, I was the result of that meeting. My father is Piram.
Ooh, interesting.
Yes, and as you know, Piram came to the aid of a rather powerful demon lord at one point.
Yes.
Or was it the other way around? I never can remember. Somebody helped somebody, but
Somebody helped.
somebody.
Yes, quite a few tales surrounding pyramid.
Yeah.
Tea?
And I
He
oh,
holds out a cup.
lovely. Thank you. And I pull out the necklace with this huge dragon
Nice.
tooth on it.
Oh, well.
A memento, I understand, of their meeting.
Well.
Besides myself, of course.
Incredible. Yes, yes. Well, let me. Did your tiefling friend Jakar, did he explain my methods?
Only in the vaguest of terms. But you understand that I seek this unknown ancestor.
I will be up front with you. I'm going to need about 2 ounces of your blood to scry. Peer back into the memories of your blood, your heritage. That's what's first. He adjusts himself in his seat.
Do you need it now?
Yes, but I need a tool. We can't just draw it willy-nilly. There's a bit of a procedure if you're willing.
She's already got her arm bared and held out for him to slice.
Okay. He sort of reaches, pats around, does a bunch of stuff on the table next to the tea, and reaches down, looks underneath his chair, leans way down and pulls out this wrapped up cloth, clears some room on the stone table and unrolls this. It's essentially, it looks like a toolkit. There's a couple of knives that are fairly clean and fairly sharp. But then there's a break in this, the holders that are holding all these knives, and on the other side there's some stranger objects. One of them is a rather large tooth, which very much like a dragon's tooth, like when you have. It's hollow at the tip. He shows you. This is what we'll use to draw your blood, and he paws through one of the pockets and pulls out what looks like the top of a skull, like it was cut, like, so it's a bowl basically. Let's get underway then. And
It's ritual blood magic. She's familiar with it.
Neat. And he kind of looks on your up and down your arm, dragging the tip of the fang back and forth until shaking hands, pause at one point and they get still. Just
Yes.
And
She doesn't even flinch.
Nice. Some blood starts to fill up in the well, there's like a stain area on the inside where it always gets filled up to. Fills up to that. Yes, there we go, and twist your arm a bit, just not in a painful way, just to keep it from dripping down.
Yep.
Yes.
She takes it, puts a little heat through her, lets the fire flare for just a minute to seal the cut, because she doesn't have healing magic. So
Gotcha.
Just kind of cauterizes the wound, shall we say?
Nice.
Again, doesn't flinch.
Awesome. Let's look then, shall we? Sets the skull down and takes out what looks like a small bird bone almost. Very dainty, and starts to stir the blood inside of the skull, the hollowed out skull here, and starts chanting some words. And as that happens and you're watching it, it's almost as though this blood turns into not a paste, but a more, not quite a ketchup level consistency, but trying to think of something that would match up, like a pea soup consistency, except it's still that reddish color.
Viscous.
Yes. And it starts to get a sheen on the top that becomes very highly reflective. And as you're looking at it, you see it's not reflecting the ceiling in here, or you, or him, but some other scene altogether. And that's where we'll leave Dina this week. And I'll quickly jump over to the other folks, and then we'll get a little juicy bit in there, and then we'll wrap up on them. Oh my gosh! Answers. So everyone else is in Rheya's room. Axel with keg in hand, or on the floor, wherever she's put it. Harry, Valkyn, Malagus have all managed to go up so far without being disturbed by anyone in the house.
I just want to say one thing. I will take care of you if you do anything in this city, but just know this is not the house to steal from. And this isn't the house to mess with anyone in.
Okay.
All right. Great.
I
We're going to have a
steal
fantastic
things.
time.
I feel like that was directed at me. I don't appreciate that, but it's okay.
You know, that might actually be directed at Dina, even though she isn't here. But I'm
Oh,
sure
okay, perfect. As long as we have that clear.
as long as we put that out there, I'm sure she'll know.
So
Wasn't me.
I'm taking I'm chugging a beer
Nice.
from this keg. I fill it up again.
Mhm.
I chug it again. But the third time I'm sipping it, and I'm going to try to go through the things that I stole from Reginald Pippenstock's house before I burnt it to the ground.
Okay.
So
I'm
looking at his ledger, his papers, maps, everything like that.
Okay.
See if it'll.
So you have to make
Heal
like
anything?
a save for
I was
like
gonna say, go ahead and
chugging
roll
2
a.
beers.
Hey, I'm I'm pretty tall. I'm
You
pretty
are.
athletic. Like it'll take a while to put me down.
I'd say roll, I guess, a Constitution, just one Constitution saving throw for the. You'll find this particular beer is fairly strong, really tasty too.
18.
But not a problem for Taxel. You jugged it. Maybe a little buzz coming on. That's it.
Ooh. That's
Make an investigation check if you want to look through those papers.
Okay. I think that's out of so 13.
Okay. Most of this seems to have to do with legitimate business that he does. There isn't anything that stands out to you in the little book of the ledgers. He has some really bad poetry in there. One of the notebooks is one of those sections of paper is just poetry.
I ripped those out.
Nice.
And I produced flame to singe them because
and you've done the world a favor. Yeah. I will actually have to get back to you on the other. What else was it? I think it was just the ledgers and some loose papers, right? And then
I wrote down ledger, seal, his seal, papers, and maps. I think the maps and the ledger was what I was focused on to see if it would lead me, I guess, to my next destination.
Okay. I would say.
And I also took his painting, which while we're here, I may try to sell
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, yeah, nice.
Because it's pretty.
Stole your painting.
So I'll say two things happening here as you're looking at all this stuff. One, Rheya, you'll probably see the painting that Thaxel takes out.
Okay.
And note that it's worth some money. And Thaxel, as you look through the maps, there's a couple maps that are just like maps of the region, and then maps of for parties that go out and venture somewhere. He, as some of the ledgers said, some of his legitimate business is he funds adventurers sometimes to go and find, to make money, go and find goodies. One of the maps stands out to you because it's a larger region. It's quite a large region, and you see a few marks that you don't recognize. Maybe four, 3 or 4. It's very worn and tough to tell if the fourth one's actually a mark or not. But the final one, you know that location exactly. You know this location very well. As I can tell you here, I can send you a message if you'd rather have me send you a message.
No, you can say it now.
One of these is where your clan was.
Okay. I chug another beer.
Okay.
I roll up that map and I put it back. I keep his ledgers. I guess, well, I keep the ledgers just in case, but if the other maps looked like more business-like, I'll probably burn those.
Okay.
Out of anger. Keep the ledgers, put everything back, and I'm just gonna get drunk right now. That's my goal.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
You hear as you're doing that, and you're setting things down. You burn the poetry. You burn the extra maps. You hear down the hallway, like feet running. What? What's all that smoke? Is it? Are you back, Rheya? And you recognize the annoying voice as Magdalena.
Can I? Can I? If I can, I want to run up. I am like seething. And I just stare and I say, "Go away!" And I just shut the door in your face.
Rheya, what on earth is good? I'm gonna get your brother. I'm just gonna get him. Are you in trouble? I'm gonna get your brother. You stay safe. I'll be right back.
I'm fine, Magdalena.
Are we all in Rheya's room, or are we in?
We're having a summer party right now.
Yeah, we're just chilling in my room.
He pushes open the door, to find Thaxel still in the vicinity. Like, oh, bye. Well, Ray, what in the world is going on here?
Nothing for you to worry about.
Can I hit her?
Yeah.
Not
well,
yet.
You certainly may not hit me. I mean, please don't hit me.
I stare at her and turn my head upside down. Turn my face upside down.
This feels like something I'm supposed to tell your brother about.
She's annoying.
I will find my brother in just a minute. I was hoping to get out of these travel clothes before I had to go see them. Is that acceptable to you?
Well, of course. You know it is, Rheya. You know it is.
All right. So how about you just calm down and let us get changed, and then we'll find my father and brother, and we'll all be one big happy family.
All right. And she kind of looks at, Aerie, which is the only person that looks normal in the room because of her disguise thing. Catches. Oh yeah. So she kind of, catches a little bit of Demalagus. Yeah, just a little bit. Some of the skin on the cheek under her cloak. Were you All right, I'll be right outside. You need me, Rheya. Be right out here.
Yes, or your room is fine too.
I snarl and I slam the door.
Oh, you're outside the door. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Your voice cracks me up.
I can't even be serious.
I can't laugh.
That's
No,
awesome.
I cannot laugh. It's like,
I'm pretty sure we just met like Rheya's nanny or something.
Yeah, was that your nanny?
Nice.
No.
She, I guess I should have given you a description. Yeah, she's well, she's probably around Rheya's age. She just has a raspy, crackly voice. Yeah, Ray, do you have any particular description of her aside from physical description?
I mean, wait, who was her dad? Hold on.
I think Valentine.
Oh, yes, it was. So she's just a human woman. She's probably dressed very well, and probably a little bit overdone. There's certainly not. You would never use the word chic to describe her. But yeah, probably just, I don't know. Yeah, she's just a little ostentatious, maybe.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So I have a very important question, though.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard this before until maybe a couple weeks ago when I saw it on TV.
Mhm.
And then, Dan, you brought it up earlier. What the hell is a mudroom?
That's awesome. It's like
I've never ever heard that in.
Well, they're big on farms, and rustic.
Usually, it also
houses.
has the laundry room.
Mhm.
Laundry
sorry.
stuff in it.
Hold on, go back because everything froze.
Oh.
Okay, what?
Yeah, everything froze for me too.
It's usually like on a farm or an old rustic house, like Dina was saying. It often has a laundry apparatus in there too, but it's a room for like your shoes. You come in off the farm or off with mud on your shoes, so you have a place to take your shoes off and any jackets, anything that you need to hang up, so you don't track it all through the house.
That makes sense.
And it's a family space. It's a space for the family. Cleaning supplies and stuff can be kept there. A pantry. You might have your pantry in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, we're talking
Usually
about like
sometimes you'll have a dry sink, maybe a wet sink.
Oh.
It's usually a bit on the smaller side, just smaller than like any of the other rooms. It's sort of a buffer to keep the outside.
But it's definitely not the rooms that company comes through.
No.
Right.
Gotcha.
It's definitely a family.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. We're not tracking dirt through my front door. We have been on the road for a couple of days.
Yeah. No kidding. No one's all that fresh.
One more thing. I don't know why the long rest didn't restore my hit points unless I got hit while I was putting over the bed.
It shouldn't have. I don't see any. Oh, you know why? Because I didn't have you in there. I had the other one in there.
Okay, that's what I thought.
That's why I think. Oops. I put your token on the back of the thing.
It's like I'm gonna forget next week.
Thank you for reminding me. There we go. Actually, I'm just gonna do another long rest.
Thank you.
All right, Rheya. I hope that was annoying enough for the character.
Yeah. Pretty much hit it on the head. Yeah.
Oh,
I can feel it. I don't even have to pretend.
Nice.
I love you lecturing Daxel. I love you lecturing Daxel because Dina isn't there.
I have to tell somebody.
I mean, Dina only got it was because of Daxel.
Right.
I don't know what you all are talking about.
You came and asked Rheya for help to break into your little friend's house too. So I've seen the sticky fingers in this group. I'm just warning you. I want you to still have fingers on your hand when you leave my house.
You give a rogue wings, and all of a sudden they become all prissy and.
I mean,
Now,
what,
in my
what is
defense,
this shit?
I was prissy before the wings.
I love it.
Excellent.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, well, it's really good to have this game. Thanks, guys. It was a long week without hanging out with the guys and everything, and or any
all
D&D.
goes well. Anna will be here next week. She's
Neat.
really sorry. She misses you guys.
Yay!
She felt really, really bad.
Yay.
No worries.
She literally she told me like right before I got in touch with you guys. She's like, work just called. I have 4 hours to get packed into the airport to be in Alabama.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's like no, that sucks.
That poor thing. It happens to me all the time, so I feel for her.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
Yeah, just zero worries. That's bad enough.
And it's not like there's like a major hurricane in the area that's going to be cutting the corner there. And, that could, I don't know, decide to maybe go north instead of northeast.
Oh my gosh.
Who knows?
Yeah, we have like storms from that system coming within like the next week, I think, with
Oh,
us.
okay.
And we've already had crazy weather here, so Lord knows.
Yikes.
Yep.
Oh, that sucks. I hope she has a safe trip.
So if you guys are in the area, stay safe. Evacuate if they tell you to.
Please, yes.
Stock up on the supplies for the power outages that are going to come.
Yep.
Golly, yeah.
Be safe. Go to higher ground.
Turn around, don't drown.
That's
I like
right.
that.
That's what we have those on our signs. We've had to
really?
avoid that the past couple days here too. So
Yikes.
I'm crazy.
Ooh. El Nino.
Tornadoes, flooding, hurricanes.
Yep.
Listen, global warming is a hoax, okay? There's
Oh my god. You're fired.
no
Oh my god.
scientific evidence here. Look around you!
Of course. No.
Oh my gosh, it's so ridiculous, isn't it?
It's all about that global cooling, guys. It's getting cooler.
Yeah.
Like in the space of less than 6 hours, Michael went from Cat 3 to Cat 4.
Yeah.
It's now
Oh my
expected to be a
gosh.
Cat 5 before landfall.
Yeah.
Oh, the last I saw was 3.
Yeah.
Oh.
In the space of less than 6 hours, it went Cat 3 to Cat 4 and is expected to make Cat 5 before landfall. That's how bad this one is.
Yeah.
It's another bad one.
Be safe.
Yes.
Well, I hope,
so be careful.
Yeah. Hope you all have a lovely night. Rest of the
Want
night.
you to get traumatized next week.
Yes, look forward to it.
So am I, actually.
Awesome. Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, next week's there's so much stuff. So much stuff.
I have to make a note that I was getting drunk.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, how many drinks were you in?
Or you could just chug that, or you could just chug that really nice liquor bottle that you have of the good stuff.
You each have one. For
Oh,
yeah,
that's
Very
right.
strong.
I don't think anybody's drank their liquor bottle.
I'm saving it for when
Gina
I really
had.
need it.
Yeah. I'm saving that for later. Get the
Nice.
free stuff, and then when I don't have any options, I can.
Right.
Yeah.
There, that's what it is.
I don't think Dan's added.
I have it.
I think I
It's
added
floating
it.
out there. It's one of those things I need to do.
Oh,
Like go to sleep. I know. Now.
Sorry. Have a great night, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Catch you
Take
next
care.
week. Thank you so much.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.